Welcome back to the Lifespring Age, episode 38, the Marblecutt Medallions. Concluding their conversation with Runo, the Starlight Syndicate learn that their erstwhile friend Riptide has been seen at AdventureCon, so head over there to see her. Follow us on the socials, Instagram, X, TikTok and YouTube, for shorts, videos, character art, and other little spoilers. We'll give you, whilst everyone's fighting with their various machines,
illnesses and ailments,
logins and ailments and sniffles and Christ knows what else, manic depression, anxiety,
various mental disabilities,
ADHD, autism, you name it, we got it, baby. We got it, baby. We will do a little catch up for I think Azalea, you weren't able to join us for the week before Christmas or the week after Christmas, and obviously the kind of the dead no man's land in between. When I was painkillered up, we weren't able to do anything. So a wee little catch up. So the last time I think you joined us was the session where we got Wolf's parents high. I think.
Yes, I remember this.
Yeah. So the following session, which was
Jesus.
the session before the one we just had. The group with Wolf's sister Ingrid went off to fight to figure out why she was so cagey with the kobolds, why she didn't like Rusty at first. There was a group of 4 kobolds who'd fallen under the control or the leadership of a frog hemoth and were like being bandits. The party absolutely fucking annihilated the frog hemoth.
It didn't
so
attack
painful.
once.
Didn't get to attack once. It was
James put it slightly too far away. This CR10 creature used its action to jump again.
I don't think Laffy even landed a single hit. Like, it was that bad. It was just, I was just like, I don't even know.
Yeah, I think what happened in game is Laffy was like, "Oh, what a cute frog," and the rest of the party just went, "Kevin."
Kudo,
a third level spell. She really tried.
Well, Kudo, Lou, Wolf, and Ingrid just died. It was gone.
It absolutely battered it to pieces, which was hilarious. I'm not bitter about it at all. It did mean the kobolds fell because Ingrid, Wolf's sister, landed the killing shot. They fell under her influence. She is now the leader of the Swamp Boys, which were the name of the kobolds. She is now a 3rd level ranger, and she is like taking the kobolds under her wing to like make them a force for good in the area, because she wants to be an adventurer too. And then last session, it was a bit of a mishmash session. At first, it started off, we had like everyone got a little doll delivered, like a little action figure delivered to them, which can be used as like a spell platform. So if you want, you have a figurine of either yourself or another member of the party that you can attune to and cast spells on as if you were touching that member of the party. So now that
they're essentially voodoo dolls.
Yeah, basically the assumption is you guys are not going to leave them out in the middle of the park. I promise not to be a complete arsehole about them. It is meant to help you, but don't just wave them about all over the place. You then went to see Runo, who is like the older member of the Lifespring Alliance, who Wolf was
like the oldest person who exists.
The oldest person in the world, who is basically the oldest person in the world. Wolf was sent to like contact them and bring them back when you are heading back into Haven and you went to meet him. He has a Miss Trunchbull-esque helper. Like, her name was Kathy Wilkes, who was a very, very thinly veiled Annie Wilkes from Misery. She like completely controls his life, makes him sandwiches he doesn't want to eat, that kind of thing. Is also a complete arsehole, will not let people in with weapons or magical items because she runs a very tight ship. She's ex Midnight Hunt, and she TSA'd most of the party into the house. Some of them snuck around into the
how
house.
long that took.
It took so fucking long. Because you were like, is this magical or magical?
Well, Aeon just kept pulling things out of his bag of tricks.
And then there was, finally everyone got together. This guy recognised, or thought he recognised Laffy. And it became apparent that he had been the one, from Wolf's dreams, had been the one to kill a previous little sister, to use her power to empower a spell, or empower an item rather, that it was a weird coincidence this happened in the same session actually. Empower an orb that was basically like a spell platform for the entire continent. So if you cast Healing Word on this orb, it would heal everyone in the continent in one go, but it would also up power it. So rather than 1d4, it'd be like 10d4. Power would kill everyone in the continent. Disintegrate would destroy things like that. And he created this orb, and also modified memory had been cast on it, so people didn't know it existed. As he's described this to the party in picture form, because he couldn't say it.
He gave us a comic show.
Yeah, gave you it basically Garfielded it to you. People were able to then talk about it freely. He also presented the knife that was used to kill, or rather stab this little sister, and he wasn't remorseful about it. But he definitely, I don't think the reaction was the one that Wolf or Laffy expected. And then we kind of ended it there because it was quite late. And there was like a very poignant moment that we could end on, so we did. But I think we're probably going to start in media res and then bring Azalea back in. Or what we could have is like a little as Aeon shifts out of existence, and Azalea
they swap places.
Yeah, they swap places. The winds of fate blow, and Aeon.
Azalea was just getting high.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck, man?
She accidentally locked herself in the bathroom when she was high, and we just forgot about
Aeon's stuck there now.
Yeah, I've been here for days, man. What are you talking about? But yeah,
there's so much smoke in that bathroom, you just get high entering it.
Aeon stands up. I need to go somewhere. Oh, Azalea, swap.
He starts pouring and whining at the back door.
They had each other the baton. And,
yeah, tag, you're in. And we will resume there, as I can't remember the exact wording of the last session, but
it was Laffy saying to Runo, "Is the same thing going to happen to me?"
Oh yes, and he said he didn't.
And then you were like, "Cut it there!
Yeah, put it there.
Wrap it up, boys!"
Wrap it up. That's enough of that bullshit.
Existential crisis paused.
Yeah,
Let's do this next week.
give it a week.
Yeah, give it a week. Like you more don't want to spend all session in this tiny little room. I want to go and do other things. As we resume this conversation with Runo, he's looking at you and you've asked whether this happened to me. He kind of is there. He's got the this knife kind of on a chain around his neck. He's looking at it, and as he's looking up at Laffy, something quite weird is happening to this knife. I'm trying to think of the best word for it. The best way to describe it is Mr. Stark, I don't feel so gooding, starts dusting away.
The knife?
Yeah, the knife does. And it starts blowing towards Laffy, like dust particles. And it's just, within seconds, it's vanished. Completely gone from his hands. It's like, he just looks down, and he looks down shocked a little bit, but not blown away shocked. And it's, I would say in you, but this is really silly. It's like you're holding in a cough. Or cough is probably not the best word. You're holding it in. I was
going to say that's been me all day.
Yeah, been you all day. But you have the ability to manifest this knife and hand it to anyone you want, but it is gone now. And he's like, oh. That's clear, Dad. I don't have to hold it anymore. Just kind of brushes his hands down. But you can, at any point you could pull it out, and it would be there again permanently. For you to hand over.
Whip it out.
Whip it out. But once it's whipped out for good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
that's unfortunate.
Wait. So, what just happened with that knife?
So one more thing.
It's inside me.
It's inside, but not in a bad way. As it moves.
Is there a good way for a knife to be inside
it's
someone?
Just I
mean, if you're the person doing the stabbing, then maybe.
Yeah.
I know from a previous conversation you say you can't burp. That's really weird. I can burp on command. Same. Yeah. Hashtag we rule. Yeah. You
lads,
could
lads.
I don't think I should be proud of this now.
It's held back for you, but as it kind of dusts into you, you perceive in that brief second see the life of the sword, the knife as it was with Runo. In a split second, it goes. So you see it being handed to him by Rhea, and he holds onto it for years, not wanting to use it. For the whole time he has it, he doesn't want to use it. He resists and holds it off until the point it can't be held back anymore. Like, him not using it is more than hurting people around him. It's like causing death. It's causing pain for him. It's causing pain for everyone. It's causing pain for Rhea because she knows he has the solution. And he, it's an agreement that he will be using it on her. She's handed it to him for him to use. He just needs to figure out how to use it. It comes the time when they know what it is to be used for, and he can't do it while she's looking at him. He can't bring himself to kill her while she's staring him in the face. It's too much for him. He can't do it. And so she turns her back on him, so he doesn't have to look at her. And when he does it, he is doing it to relieve all of the suffering that he's seeing. So it's not that he wanted to do it. Really, he didn't want to do it, but he didn't see any other way. And this all, like, that kind of massive wedge, that paragraph I sent you midweek, all flashes before your eyes in like a brief second. You kind of see from his side the experience of him having that knife. And he's held on to it ever since, and it was his spellcasting focus, but now he doesn't have one.
Oh.
But they're not hard to come by. You can use a fucking paperweight if you wanted.
I have 3.
Yeah, you can buy one for like 10 gold. So he's, for him, it was kind of bittersweet because it was a physical reminder of this paramour friend that he had. This idealized person, this wonderful creature that he was able to spend part of his life with, that's now gone. But it's gone to her. It's gone to, someone with her exact life. It's like her sister, basically. It's gone to her sister, and he's kind of freed from it now. Just like relief in his eyes as well.
I think seeing all of that in a flash, Laffy would be deep in her feels. She'd probably get quite teary and maybe like reach out to give him a hug.
Oh yeah, he'd love a hug, but he's tiny. He's like,
oh yeah, he's tiny, isn't he?
Titchy. He's even for Laffy. It's like she's like, yes, I can see the top of his head. And he's like a little. He smells like a little old man as well. You know how they smell? Little old men smell.
Soap,
and like. Just
well,
like
they usually smell of sleep.
Tiny bit leathery. Yeah, but he is, for him. Can you roll an insight check? Anyone can roll an insight check actually, if they would like, because he's not hiding it. It's just whether or not you can get a read on the situation.
Not in the room.
Oh yeah, you've done that.
He has weird eyebrows.
That's investigation.
Oh, damn
it. Just pick the biggest number.
You have your D.
Oh wow!
Wow, you have your D.
12. I think it is.
Whatever it was, yeah.
Double it.
You could legitimately roll a 20 for it, which would be wackadoodle. Yeah, that's right. I said it.
Yes! I called it.
amazing.
As you're giving him this hug, he's very emotional, very happy. It's like he's being not forgiven, but it's like his decision is being he's being absolved of the pain.
It's like forgiveness.
Oh, not quite forgiveness, because he knew he did the right thing, but he's carried the weight of like a cord between him and someone who brought so much good into the world. He's removed them for
So
what
it's like
he's got closure.
Forgiving himself.
Yeah, and he's able to get that from him. Because he's not going to be hiding it. He's he's a little old man. He's not particularly devious. He's a little bit mischievous, but he's very, very happy that you're now here. But even though he knows that means that there might be another threat out there, but that's not really his. I don't want to say problem, but it isn't his problem.
I mean, he said as though he's on death's door, pretty much. So like,
yeah, I mean, like, he's really old. He's probably not long left for this world. Like in the next couple of years, he's probably going to be dead.
My next question is: you said it's like a sneeze or holding in a cough. Is it?
Yeah, you don't want to do
uncomfortable?
it. No. It's like at any time. And that's why I said the word burp. I want to use burp, but I know. I'm trying to think. It's like, oh, you know how you pull back a yawn. You can't like it's there, and you can like, oh no, I'm not gonna yawn, I'm not gonna yawn, or like you look up at a light and it goes away or whatever. It's there, but at any time you wanted, you could just like materialize it out, and it would be there. It would be no effort for you to do it. Is the thought behind it.
Right. Okay. 'Cause I'm just thinking if it's like not an uncomfortable feeling. But
Oh
like
no, it's not painful at all. No,
I'm
it's just
thinking like a
you
not
know
painful
it's there. You
splinter.
know exactly how to do it.
Yeah. Okay. I think after she gives him a hug, she'd probably go outside to take a breather.
That's fine. He potters round and sees Azalea. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. You stuck it.
She jumped through the window.
Yeah, offers everyone some tea and biscuits. I'm Runo. Runo Ihas. Nice to meet you. And then this Kathy comes back in with a tray of incredibly unappetizing looking tin salmon sandwiches. I just picked the worst sandwich I could think of.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Chris.
I thought this was supposed to be like a foodie D&D thing now. You can't be
It
giving
is.
us this.
But
I mean, when there's good food, there's also bad food.
yeah. With great good food.
I would like to imagine that
Perfectly
because this
balanced.
party is really into making food, there is another party out there that just eats like tasteless, like I don't know, biscuit for breakfast,
It's all
lunch,
our
and
backup
dinner.
characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you've gone outside to speak to Wolf?
Yeah.
No, Wolf has so many of these crises. I'll just leave them be. Lappy has it handled. She deals with this on a daily basis. She got this.
Yeah, but you took the 5 copper for the therapist. What am I supposed to do now? Guess I'll be the therapist. Okay, no. So she'd go
I
out.
gave Wolf 3 silver a time ago, and she hasn't used it yet, so you can use that.
Okay. Yeah, she'd like pop her head out of the door and like look around, see if she could see Wolf.
Yeah, Wolf is sort of. What is the? You said it was like a hedge maze outside. I'm trying to
Like a very
picture.
low, like knee high.
Is there like a garden before the hedge maze though?
Yeah, I imagine like because it's a farm, so the hedge maze is kind of like to the left where the guys like came in, but directly outside is like a wide open pasture field. To the right, there could be kind of whatever narratively you want to be there. I'm not precious.
So if there would be like a small, like a not a hedge, like a fence of some sort, I think Wolf would be like, I think she'd be like slightly leaning on the fence, like looking up at the sky, like mask off, just trying to compose herself, essentially.
She'd just sort of like shuffle up and like stand there awkwardly, like kind of like not wanting to, just like maybe whistle, you know, when she's like.
Wolf would sort of look like she was like looking up at like the sky, but she would look down, like look normal height to Laffy, and just like there's clearly like tears in her eyes a bit, but she is just trying to put on that veneer of a nice, like that veneer of a smile where it's clearly it's not like a white person smile, but it kind of is like a white person smile.
She's a generic white woman.
Well, it's neither here nor there. But like that like smile, but you can tell it's like a sad smile.
Yeah. She'd just be like, "You okay?"
Well, that was something. She like swallows, like try and clear her throat. I never want to hurt you, Laffy.
I know.
It's just with everything he was saying, and it just. I'm gonna make sure that it doesn't ever come to that. It won't come to it.
think Laffy would. I don't know the right word for the look she'd have on her face, but it'd be sort of like a. Well. Like
Expression.
Yeah, like just like an awkward look on her face, like, well, you know, it could.
Is that what she is? Did she say that?
I think she'd say that she'd be like, well, awkward look. But she wouldn't say it might, but she would, you know what I mean? She's implying it.
Yeah. I think Wolf just like looks down at the ground and just shakes her head. I don't want to believe it. I don't want to become a foul note on a melody. I don't want to repeat what has clearly happened so many times. It's not me, and I don't want that to happen.
It's kind of the whole reason I'm here. And if it comes down to it, and it's me or everybody else, then you know what needs to be done, right?
I'm not going to be the one to pull that trigger. Well, I'm not going to. My hands are usually stiff, but even if I just think about it, I'm shaking. And it just seems unfair to you, to the rest of the sisters, to be born again just to have to give yourselves for people who you don't know, for people who... for everyone else.
Well, maybe there's another way.
But yes, I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself. We don't know what's out there. I'm sure we can do it.
I know it's
Whatever.
difficult. I know it's a difficult conversation to have. But if it did come down to it, as hard as it would be, I prefer it to be you.
Wolf just like wipes her like cheek because she's like crying now.
Mm.
I'm not that strong. I won't be able to do something like that. Not to you, not to anyone here.
Okay.
If it came down to it, I don't know what I would do. I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. It's not a nice thing to talk about. And it's not something I hope that's definitely going to happen. It's just a failsafe, if you will.
Well, if the failsafe is losing you, I don't feel like that's a good thing. That's not a thing that we... It shouldn't even be on the cards.
it came down to me or all of you, I'd always choose you. It's not even a it's not even a question. And I think just me would be easier to deal with than everyone.
But it's not
What?
just you. You were so important, so special. It's not. I don't know.
Let's talk about it another time. If we need to. But now it's just, there's no point in
Yeah, you're right.
there's some really not nice sandwiches inside. If you want to come back in.
Not hungry. She just like pretty much like steps very quickly forward and hugs laughing.
Oh. She just like do that thing where she's like surprised at first and then she's just like, no.
Love you.
Love you too.
She just like,
Come on.
yeah, okay.
No, she said not nice sandwiches.
Oh, I completely misheard that. I think
Yeah,
you're lying.
yeah, I mean, if you like thin salmon, then that's on you. I can't help you there. The reason, I'm assuming one of you has a passive perception.
Mine is 16, so yeah.
You would have seen Rusty like listening.
Oh,
Oh no.
okay.
Like, he's not like looking to barge in. When when Lorelei said that she didn't want to be the one to do it, you can see he's relieved. He wouldn't want to do it either. He looked, yeah. I think, yeah. Unless you want to insight or anything, then I think I'll leave that statement instead.
No, I want to insight it, but I don't know if I'm allowed to, like, what's the word? Retroactively insight it, but
I
know.
mean, like he looks conflicted a little bit. Not in that he wants to stab Laffy. He just looks a little bit confused. If you insight, let's just insight.
yeah, 1 second.
Let's have a look. Let's see. He
I'll do one
is
as well.
not a particularly
Oh, two
susceptible
15s.
little boy. He is, he's very hard to. It's very hard for him. He doesn't control his emotions very well. The conflicted look kind of came about when Laffy said if there were anyone to do it, like she was expecting someone to have to do it. Like he doesn't understand why she doesn't think that they're capable to find a resolution.
Can I say that Laffy will remember that? There's like a little thing
I
that
mean, that's up to you.
Telltale game.
If you want to, how do you mean, like?
Because I want to talk to him about it later,
Oh, sure, yeah, sure.
like in private.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, we will pick
Thank
up
you.
again then inside. The sandwiches are flowing. They are not great. Whatever this woman has been employed for, finger sandwiches ain't it. She is unpleasant to the point of rudeness, and like Runo clearly is like begrudgingly. So this, I use the phrase Trunchbull-esque. So imagine like she's in her mid-50s and she is the size of a house. She's not fat. She looks like she could physically pick up any one of these party in one hand and then put them across the lawn quite easily.
Throw them by their pigtails.
Yeah.
She's a magic caster, so the fact that she is swole.
Well, not
yeah,
all.
either.
Well, Bloodhunters aren't technically casters, but.
Well,
yeah.
she cast Wall of Fire.
Oh,
Yeah.
she did. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah, that's why I demanded my
What the fuck is
compensation
she?
of 5 copper from Laffy.
What the fuck is she?
So if you know, you remember from I said last time, you remember from your time, you know, like you remember.
I remember you said she like got the job done every time or something.
Every single time, like you wanted something done that someone else had fucked up, you picked the phone up to the Emerald Jackdaw, and it would, through hell or high water, she would get it done. Get her done, and she would like not take no. It wasn't like she would do it illegally or like just murder everyone in a way. It's just things. She would just find a way to do it, and it didn't really matter to her. I don't want to say the consequences, but like the job for her is the most important thing. Like she really believed in what she was doing, and so it was super easy for her to, you know, kind of hand wave away if somebody did get hurt, but it's for the greater good. Not that she went out of the way to do it.
The greater
good. She would just the greater good. She would just march over everybody to get it done, and her kill rates were quite low. Her success rate was through the roof, but her casualty list, there was people like picking up their ears kind of thing. It was like a litany of teeth and toenails that she left along the way. But yeah, so she had a really and a very no nonsense, very to the point reputation. But she'd retired kind of just as you were joining the hunt. But anyway, I kind of want to bring this to an end. So she storms in after you've gone and nibbled at a few, politely eaten a sandwich or two, and she says, "Right now, it's Runo, time for Runo's nap. Unless there are any other questions, I must ask you to make haste and leave."
There is one
Piss
more
off.
thing. There is one more thing I wanted to ask.
What's it out then?
Runo.
Off
Runo,
your feet when you come back inside.
I did.
Oh.
I always do.
Well
What you have to say about that, bitch? No. So Runo,
Wash your hands.
I haven't touched anything. I just wanted to, Runo, I wanted to ask something.
Yes.
So, one of the reasons I wanted to be here, come and see you, is that I have dreams, dreams of the past that have happened. That's the reason I'd known about. We had known about the whole situation with Rhea beforehand because I had a dream about it.
With me in them.
Yes.
And he kind of sits there swinging his legs and he's like, "Oh, you're a young hot woman's dreaming about me still." And it's it's interesting.
So I wanted to ask.
Yes.
I have been seeing through a perspective, but I don't know who that is, and I'm sure you do. It was the person who handed you the knife when in that moment.
Sorry, I hope you didn't hear me just whisper, "Oh fuck," because I didn't have my thing open. I knew it would come up. I was like, "Shit, where is it?"
I did tell you yesterday.
Yeah, I know as well. I forgot. Where's it? Sorry.
It's fine.
I was just looking for the name. So he kind of looks at you. The person who handed me the knife. Now, you must remember, it was 90 years ago, and it's been a while. I'm not 100% sure. Though, now I think about it, and do you mind taking a step back and looking upwards towards that light? And he kind of directs you so your profile, so basically to look at, so he can see your face in like a raised profile.
Yep, she does that.
Yes, now you mention it. It's kind of unusual. There was you're a Kalashtar, are you not?
I am.
Yes, well, in the Tears of the Moon, there was a Kalashtar woman in there. I can't remember the fucking name. Sorry. Tears of the Moon.
Name for someone just seeing.
Her name was Tears of the Moon.
No. So I've broken it down in my OneNote. He looks like he's. Well, I'm struggling to remember the name now, and he kind of sits there scratching his head for a moment, and he is gonna. Let me just pick a name at random because I cannot find it.
No, don't do that.
No. So he says.
You can just look for it with the.
Yeah, hang on. I'm just trying to find it now.
Man, it's nice.
No. So he thinks about it for because there was a woman, a Kalashtar woman with a very similar profile to you. Her name was Edith. Do you any relation?
Do I recognise the name?
Edith was your great grandmother.
That's my great grandmother's name.
You are from one of the farms nearby, are you not?
Yeah, Willowbrook farm just down the path.
So the ancestors of all the people who owned the farms here were given these farms as a reward for the resolution of the war. We could not take up areas in the city, but Edith was a fearsome paladin, a very strong, capable fighter. I see as she stayed within the bloodline, she was fearsome and true. And you say you have had dreams of the activities of you saw the moment Rhea was killed. Anything else?
Fucking hell, hold on. I saw a moment where I can't remember if you were there, but Swan, and her sisters, or her sister, and I think it must have been Rhea, attacked a Lich base, and there was a large undead that was causing havoc.
Swan? Who is Swan?
Viridian Swan? Do you know her? One of the leaders of the Midnight Hunt.
He looks kind of blankly at you. Doesn't seem to recognize me.
Okay. I think Miss Jackdaw would know her. I'm not sure if I find it. Another moment from, I assume, one of the meetings of the Tears of the Moon. Sat around a rock that looks like an anvil.
That was that was where the orb was.
Well, I saw that, and I looked through my notes, and I believe there was a blinding light orb, which I guess is the orb.
Yes. He is laughing, but he looks really concerned at the fact you remembered it. There must be some kind of, perhaps a racial memory from the Clash Tower. I know they have a connection to the dream world, though this is bypassed the.
Well, I had no context for it, so there was no way for me to, and I don't know where that is. I just know the moment.
Well, small mercies, I suppose. It was an awful time. But yes, it was your grandmother. She was great grandmother, and the family inherited the farm presumably after her death was many years ago now, 30, 40, maybe 50 years ago. They inherited the farm.
Have to ask my mother about it.
I hope that's been able to help.
Yes, thank you. Well, yeah, yes, thank you.
You hear like the impatient tapping of a foot from Kathy, and all like Runo leans around to like glare at her, like talking woman. If it helped, say she was a very good friend of mine at the time. Kind of drifted apart after the wars, as we all did.
Did you say she died about 50 years ago? Or
a while ago?
Ago.
I don't know how old or young you were when your great grandma died. For me,
not alive.
Yeah, well, I was 15 and she was 90. So it's 30 years ago, 20 years ago. At some point in the a couple of decades, she's been dead. Okay. She would have died of like natural causes. Mm-hmm. Maybe a bit then. It doesn't really matter whether or not.
Yeah, I was just wondering. Yeah.
Actually, how old is Wolf exactly?
27. It was just her birthday. I should know this.
Yes. So
I believe it. Yeah, 27 because she was. Yeah.
And she's just had a birthday, right?
She is just 27.
Yeah. So he looks down at he pulls out a notebook. So yes, she died around 27 years ago. Very close now, near midsummer, in fact, about a week or so.
Wait. Before. Can you tell me do you have the date?
It was Wolf's birthday. She died on Wolf's birthday.
That's that's the day I was born.
That may be why there is a connection.
Uh-huh. All right. I was just like looking at the ground, thinking.
Now the memories have been unleashed for you. Whether those dreams will take on more context or not, or indeed
maybe.
Interesting. Is there anything else that I can answer for anyone here?
by the sound of it, you don't seem to hate necromancy magic all that much, despite being,
for
you
good
know.
or for bad. Obviously, it has negative connotations with the liches, but there are some spells of necromancy of bringing loved ones back and protecting loved ones. And there is always scope for new information to be learned from necromancy. So, hate is a very strong word. Wary of it, perhaps.
Leans back into her seat with this pensive expression on her face, like, huh, weird.
And like, yeah, I think Azalea's very quiet and like maybe bringing her hands a little bit in her lap, but.
So that was context that we missed out. Is what we found out in the last session was that the sacrifice, when Runo stabbed Rhea, it created this like orb, and they could cast spells on the orb, and then it cast that spell over the entirety of the what was it the
continent.
continent. And so Runo wants to bring up the idea of taking dispelling them, and so necromancy is just like a natural part of the
Things
world
are just
again.
natural again.
Yeah.
So at the moment, when necromancy spells are cast, because of all the different spells that are affecting the world, like there's like a hallow spell, a gentle repose, and like an annihilate undead that was cast to prevent the liches coming back and any of the zombies rising again, which kind of turned the tide in the war. He wants to not remove those, but he wants to change them so when people cast necromancy spells, there isn't that immediate response of an undead coming back into the world, and people aren't being born under the guise of undeath. There are a whole subset of sorcerers and people born into the world called the White Bloods, which the Midnight Hunt are there to police, because these people have the ability to bypass all of the protective spells and summon really powerful undead in the middle of a city. And sometimes they do that without knowing, and so it's if you're born with under the power of under the influence of the Liches or the White Bloods, they are, for lack of a better word, Guantanamo Bayed away. They are shuffled off to the Isle of Open Sores, which is further down the river, and that is because they are super dangerous. They often can't control it. And he wants to remove the spells that would effectively mean that wasn't a concern anymore, and people could just learn necromancy if they want. It would bring back the risk of liches, but his assumption is people have seen what happens when they do that, and hopefully people have learned. Hopefully, he says.
He says, scared and terrified.
Yeah,
it'll be fine, guys. This is fine. This is fine.
So yeah, that's his plan, and that he wants to do that as part of his announcement for this thing that he's been called back to. So that is the contract.
Without further ado, Luca looks at us. I think we should be leaving.
Yeah, you hear the rapidly tapping foot of this gargantuan woman behind you.
Yeah, we should go. I'm going. Goodbye. The sandwich was terrible, by the way. And she bolts out of the fucking door.
Miss Jackdaw, did you see where Aeon, the dog man went? And Kuda, where's Kuda? The dog, the actual.
The pair of them started fighting over a squeaky toy, so I had to eject them.
Did you give them their stuff back?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just making sure.
Their stuff is back. She's not holding on. She has no interest in your crap.
No, I'm just wondering because
Yeah. She takes you back to the. I think she hands you the key. What she does, she bodily picks Runo up, who looks. So if you've ever seen a toddler be picked up,
I'm picturing him being Yodered like Luke in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, so he looks so defeated by this. He looks so pissed off.
I imagine she's got one of those baby. Is it called a
Baby Bjorn?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she baby Bjorns him, and he looks because he's a really important political figure who used to be a very powerful spellcaster, and he's so not humiliated, but like dehumanized by this. It's just like, and like she might as well be saying it's time for baby burpees. Kind of thing. Yeah, like and he's just like, oh, sake. Okay, fine. It's time for my nap, I'm afraid. But do call in when you're ready to leave. I shall start the preparations. If it helps, I have a carriage and some horses that would pull, so it may make the journey slightly quicker.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
I shall. I won't be ready for a day or two, but please.
Yeah, we still have a few things to do.
Excellent. Well, enjoy your time here. And he kind of like pats Laffy on the hand and goes, I hope I haven't put too much weight on your shoulders. It should be a joyous time when the sisters are among us. Their time here with us is a blessing. And he looks at kind of the whole group of you, apart from Lou, who's fucking scarpered, and Kudo and Aeon, who are like, rolling about in mud outside. Christ knows what.
Fighting over a bone.
Yeah, fighting over. He looks at the.
Oh, Rusty, you cannot join them. Stay here with me.
He goes, she is a blessing, and if it's anything like my time with raids, it's something I look back on very, very fondly that ended far too soon. I
imagine this all while he's like getting a piggyback.
Oh yeah, no, she's picked him up and like put him across her shoulder, so she's got her back to you, but he's like talking over her, and he just looks so.
He is like Yoda.
He is like Yoda, yeah, and he's like perfectly capable of. You've seen him walk, like you've seen him get about. And it's like his legs are hanging there and one slipper falls off and he's just like, kill me now.
Oh no.
But yeah, so yeah,
I got a shot right here.
He is taken away, and
before they do walk off, or just as they're leaving, Wolf's gonna say to Kathy, it was an honor meeting you, Miss Jackdaw.
She looks at you, like really slow up and down. She goes, Well, I'm glad. I hope I lived up to the reputation. I hope I lived. Sorry, the voice was really bad. I hope I lived up to the reputation. I see the Midnight Hunters going for a slightly different build of woman now. Like she is huge. Like her her arms are like both of your thighs together.
Well, I'm not strong, but there are others who are similar builds.
Women.
Off the top of my head, I can't think so, but I assume yes. I can't. Off the top of my head, I can't remember, but I assume.
I mean, Riptide says she's gonna do like thingy work for them.
Oh, that's true. Well, obviously, Swan's still very strong, and there are a few others, just not me personally.
Well, I will pop in to see them on my return. I'm still technically on the books. It'll be good to tread the old halls again, and it's been a while since I've seen Swan. She's still a striking woman.
I never thought about it that way.
I often did. Very striking. Anyway.
Oh.
She was. She is.
She is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's also like Wolf's second mother, so it's kind of weird to be like, "Hey, do you think she's hot?"
I mean, she doesn't know that.
Yeah, she was. So she's like, she looks because yes. It'd be interesting to see who is running since Yorick's is gone, but yes.
Well,
anyway,
Oscar and Isaac are doing a lot of. Well, Isaac's doing a lot of it. Oscar's mainly he's does like the crazy motion, like cuckoo.
That's a shame. Perhaps we'll be room in there for me if I return. Once
they probably could use the help, and you are very capable.
Yes, I am. Anyway, now you must leave. It's time for Runo's Betty times. Yeah, time for his uppy.
She moves.
I'm not getting in with him. This isn't a.
No one. Let's leave. I'm going.
She ushers you out the house.
Wolf runs. He follows them.
Yeah, and you head back. So that would have taken a good few hours of the day, like 3 or 4 hours of the day. You head back to the farm as. The rest. Do you head back to them? That's the question. What do you guys do next?
I mean, if it's sort of on the way to Canshire, if I'm not mistaken.
You could get to Canshire.
Or at least it's
if
not
you
like.
go now, it would be like nighttime while you got there. Like if you were to get there same day, you'd need to start off a little bit earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just no other information, just remembering it. If we leave now, I think it'd be dark by the time we get to Canshire. We could have another night on the farm and then head there early in the morning.
You would know that the adventure con is still on.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we did already say goodbye to your parents, so it'd be kind of awkward.
I don't.
think you
I
did.
didn't,
I think you
Why
said like,
didn't
"Alright,
you?"
see you later."
because I knew we were coming back.
But yeah, you guys have headed back to the Willowbrook farm. I don't know why I said it like a fucking robot, but I did. And you know, it's
Oh my
probably
gosh.
so when you went out there. In fact, Amber, this is perfect because you weren't here last week. We did this for everyone bar you because you weren't here, Azalea rather. On the way out to see Kudo before the stress level shot through the
See
roof again.
Kudo.
Kudo was there last week.
No, you said to see Kudo.
Sorry, Runo. The names are too similar. But when you see Runo, I did like a brief temperature check of the characters. So like because you've been at the farm for about a week. What we said, because obviously you'd missed a couple of sessions, is that you had basically you'd fallen into like just been seen like prancing around, dancing to music that no one else had seen, like just at the edge of the horizon, and you'd had like an absolutely amazing week, you know, with the good kush. But it was just like a temperature check of how you were when you came to the farm and how you were like a week and a half into the visit. So like, what has changed for Azalea in the time you've been here? Because some of the things that have happened in the farm have been like. You've had some, you know, really nice wine, some really nice food. The group has painted a mural of Wolf's family on the side of the barn. Beth has like got a cult of pigs. Sorry, Laffy is a cult of pigs that we've like consciously never revisited because it's weird. So stuff like that. So a little bit of a temperature check for Azalea. How are things going since the big stressful fight and then a bit of downtime? Can't hear you. I think she's gone again. Dan. Can anyone hear me?
Hi.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll come
I
back.
just listened to that. You guys were bullying me.
Yeah.
What's the question?
I don't know what happened for the last 2.5 minutes. I was listening to the episode.
So it's just asking about Azalea. I think we may have.
Amber said she's speaking, but can't hear her.
Okay.
Man, why did I even come back? I could have kept listening to myself getting bullied. Listen, James, I need to ask, how's Barry doing? Barry, the guy at the Cinnabon.
No one's been back into a shop yet. His business is about to fold.
Well, we know what we're gonna do. We're just gonna buy the
he
entire stuff.
catered the party. He catered your surprise
Oh, he
party,
did.
remember? Yeah, he's doing okay. Okay. So we'll. Can you hear us now, Azalea?
I can hear you.
Hey,
we can hear you.
We can hear you now. So, yes, I will try to edit round that because it's obviously a big gap. But yeah, so a temperature check for Azalea. Kind of as she arrived at the farm, there'd been that horrible big fight. She'd had that blowout with Lou. Riptide had kind of like, I think the phrase you used, which was quite poignant, I thought, like wounded animal limped away. And to like a week and a half later, so you know, a little bit emotional recap if you can.
Yeah. Can you hear me again?
I can
Yes.
definitely hear you. Yes.
Okay, good. So I think it's a weird mix of emotions because on the one hand, a lot of this feels like where Azalea's from, like her home, in terms of like it's very rural and farming and people are working together and coming together and there's that sense of community that going to a big city you lose. And also like these friendships that have been slowly building and growing between all these people, despite, you know, the ups and downs with the necromancy.
You know, the crossbows and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Apart from that, I think, yeah, it's been almost a little bit healing for her because, you know, I mean, I'm not going to go into a lot of backstory because it's very meta, but it is a bit healing for her. And, but then on the other side, there's this like niggling worry about what's going on with Riptide, where she is, like the fact that she needs someone, but has like kind of lone wolf So it's like being caught in limbo, I think.
Yeah, I think Kudo said something similar. For him, he and he used a phrase that I will say because he's not here, got my neck up a bit when he said that he, as a character, was like kind of like waiting to move on because there wasn't anything for him to do here, but it was meant to be like a restful time. But that, as I said to I think the group when you first arrived, this is a respite, not a rest. This is a brief window of serenity, because it has been serene. That the most dangerous thing you guys have come across was a creature you killed in 2 rounds without it hitting you by a long shot. The only other things that have been like worrying to the party has been Laffy thinking that Wolf's parents won't like her. That was the other big stress until the moment with Runo, which has been it isn't intentionally stressed. It's not like it's meant to be. I know it is stressful. But it's not meant to be like targeted stress. It's like
so easy to stress Wolf. It just happens.
Yeah. Well, that also the other thing is this was, as I said to Asher and to Beth at the end of last week. This is something that was actually planned way before they just had decided between themselves that they would form a relationship between the 2 characters. That would have happened regardless. It just happens now to be very emotionally poignant. But yeah, so it's a respite, not a rest. And as you're coming back, and it's bittersweet because there's a farm, there's people coming together. The family is a very close knit one, and when it's just the mum, the dad, and Ingrid kind of doing something together, they operate in harmony because they live together and have them for years. And I think for Lorelei, even though it's great to be around them, and I don't want to like project my feelings onto your character, but I think the best word for it is disrupt their orbits. So when you're there, they how like people like dance around in the kitchen without really looking at each other and interwove and like just bypass each other. No one ever. When you're there, they're so happy you're there. Right, I can't stress that enough. They are over the moon that you're back, even if it's for a short time. Like Ingrid can't believe she's got a big sister back. She's besotted with you. The mum and dad are really happy, but it's like a minor disruption. That they have to watch where they're going with you there. When you're not there, it's a dance. When you're there, it's a family, but it's a little bit more chaotic. But it's like it's not a problem, and the longer you're there, the easier you integrate with them. But obviously there's that part of you that is, well, I've got a job to do and something to move on. Now for me, I have that in my life all the time, and it's like an outsider looking in, I'm always in the way. Wherever I stand, I'm always in someone's way, and because I'm 6'4" and broad, it's a problem. But for Wolf, she's not. It probably isn't as bad. But it's has that. I don't, because we haven't really like covered that. Everything's been really like nice and smooth around the edges, but there's this the dance of the family life has been shook up since you've arrived, and as it's settling back down with you in it, it's kind of, for you it's like shit or get off the pot. Like you either stay there or you move before they settle into a routine around you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think she's getting that, like, knowing we're gonna have to move on, very soon, essentially, like, in the morning. Probably, we'll go back through, on the way back to Haven Isle. But, I think she's always felt like a bit of an outsider, even in her own home. Just because of, like, how her upbringing was and how, her childhood was. But she is, like, she does her best not to get in the way, and it's like ready. I wouldn't say ready to do more, but she's feeling like if she stays for much longer, she's just gonna not want to leave. Yeah. So she's sort of like gearing herself up to leave, and that like seeing Runo was like the first step. But yeah.
So as you are like back on the farm, there's always these little jobs for you to do. If it's just collecting eggs, if it's bringing in some hay, if it's collecting food, if it's shoveling shit, whatever it is, there's always something to do on the farm. There's always a way you can help. So you busy yourselves, and just as the day is dying and the sun is dipping back, you hear the giggle and the laugh of Ingrid returning with her little kobolds in tow. Now, since the incident with the Froghemoth, they have been inseparable. Like they worship the ground she walks on. She is their boss. They will do exactly what they tell her. And they want to be around all the time. Even though, like, on paper their levels are higher, she is the new leader, and she's taken to it like a duck to water. She's got this brass dragon, like wormling dragon, that follows her around, which is kind of like the mascot of the group because she's a Drake Warden Ranger. And since this dragon, which at one point will become like a large, very dangerous creature, is following her, that's like doubling down for the kobolds. This is the girl who's in charge. They're full of beans. Like, you can hear them laughing and talking about the day that they've had. And she sees you all, and she kind of shoos off the kobolds and runs down to have like a late supper with you all, to tell you all about her day in Cadonshire. Now, what's gone on at AdventureCon? Some of you, Brew and Asher, will remember about a year ago we ran a one-shot, which we didn't record because one of the players didn't want to record it. Fine. Where you went to, at the time, Feet Fest, now AdventureCon, and there was a problem when you got there that one of the vendors there was selling duff potions that caused people to like mutate into monsters. The adventuring party figured out what was happening, calmed down some of the people who turned into monsters, and then fought the person who was selling them, who like necked a few of them to like Jekyll and Hyde himself into the Hulk, to bring everything to a nice end. Now, Ingrid saw all of that happening. And
interesting.
She was there that day. She wasn't hurt. She like saw it happen. The kind of adventuring instinct didn't kick in. She didn't have a bow and arrow with her, and she was very aware that she was like not in it. Like, she saw these very competent adventurers, so she'd helped out where she could. She dealt with the wounded. She'd done this, that, the other, but she'd purposely taken a step back, so because she didn't want to get hurt away. She also didn't want her like going away from home privileges revoked by getting into a fight. And so she tells you this fantastic story about these adventurers. One of them was a dragon rider. I can't remember specifics on the characters. I only remember the dragon rider because it was a specific class we used for the one shot. And Prue's character was an old woman with a flying broom. And she also tells you about, like, after she tells you this amazing story.
Hey, there was a pretty cool guy with a bow there.
Yeah.
which was my character. But I think she'd be interested in the guy with the bow, right?
Sure, buddy.
Okay, fuck off then.
Lorelei, everyone knows that crossbows are better because they have triggers and they're way more complicated.
Hey, I'm agreeing with you. I use crossbows out of character. She was
yeah, that's why you're weak.
Well, as
but I don't know how that correlates at all.
I don't know either, but I had to say something.
As you are there, she also tells you about how great AdventureCon was before it all went to shit. All the different stalls there, and she starts telling you the story of like the different things you do. To Lorelei and to Lou, she says that there's a archery range where you can make money. To Laffy, she says there's all these cool like crystals, and to Azalea's all these cool crystals and awesome like adventuring equipment that you can buy and potions you can buy. And then she looks around for Kudo and Aeon, who are busy like rolling around, in fox shit. Yeah, just to get the smell on them. So she can't talk to them. She talks to Rusty. And there's like a test your strength there. There was an arena there where you could like go in and fight, not to the death, but you could like test your strength. And there was this really huge, like big, beautiful, pink-haired sea elf there. You could fight. It was amazing. It was really cool. And Rusty's like blinks slowly, like, do you remember her name? And she says, "Oh, I think it was Riptide."
Are the rest of us there?
Yeah.
Oh,
I imagine
I thought it was just those two.
No, she's
I thought you like willingly started RPing with yourself.
No. So you're all sitting around the table, and she starts like, so Lou and Lorelei, she assumes would be more interested in the archery. Azalea and Laffy, she thinks she'd be more interested in like the cool crystals and shit. Rusty being the, I can't say big, strong, strapping boy.
You can.
Little, strong, strapping boy. She thinks would be interested in the fact you can test your strength against this big, beefy sea elf woman who went by the name of Riptide.
Did she have? Was it purple? Was it pink? Pink hair. I think it was pink hair.
I think it was pink. Yeah,
I don't quite remember.
I'm not very strong. I mean, I just kind of saw she was like, and she stands up. She's like, you know, just
A large blue accent.
I didn't get close enough to hear. Talk.
Okay,
She had tattoos and stuff.
yeah.
She
Looks the
looked
rest.
cool.
Looks the rest of
Yeah,
the
she
group.
looked really cool. We were like looking, and we were saying, like, being the Swamp Boys were saying that we should go, but I didn't want to waste my money. And then the fight broke out, and she kind of like got knocked for 6, and then just came around. And when it all came afterwards, she was like helping put stuff away, and you know, but I didn't talk to her, but she seemed really cool, and apparently
That's actually a friend of ours.
really.
Mm-hmm. We have her number.
Do you think she'll want to see us? She kind of has been ghosting us.
Well, she said, what did she say? I read that word. She was like, I
It's
think
a very generic
specific-
message.
Well, I don't think. I think she's probably just. I don't want to say embarrassed, but you know what happened the last time.
Yeah, she got launched through the roof. I don't think you have to be embarrassed about that.
No.
You know what I mean.
Oh, you mean the with the cultist?
She really liked the sea salt caramel cookies that I made. Maybe I could make some more and be like, surprise! Here's
Possibly if she's still there.
Oh no!
Like
Apparently she's there for the whole con. She's like one. I don't want to say the attraction. She was being, you know, people were lining up to be thrown about by her. I didn't get it, but James the DM got it. But yeah,
Lou the player and Lou the player also gets it.
Lou the player.
God damn it, Peru the player.
Wait a second.
Hold up.
Lou, where's the fourth wall you're looking at?
Well, it's the roof. Not just all those people watching us.
I mean, if she's there, that would be good to see if she's alright.
Well, we do have our prior arrangement with Bill.
What?
You know, with the old elf dude.
Runo?
Runo.
Where did you get Bill from?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I don't know, man.
And he said it's going to take a few days for him
Yeah,
to
he
get
won't,
ready.
he won't be ready for like. He's an old man. He needs to plan.
Have you been giving Lou weed again?
Oh shit! This isn't a normal cigarette.
If you, as you are talking, I can't hear.
Yeah,
you
you might have gone quiet again.
Why are you mimicking?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Damn, that bronchitis is back with a vengeance.
yeah. The laryngitis. Yeah.
The
I heard
laryngitis,
from-
that was it.
I heard once from my mom that if you smoke too much weed, you lose the ability to talk. I never took her seriously before.
The she starts talking about.
Amber says, Azalea's now mute, by the way, James.
Okay. So she's on mute. Yeah. She pulls out a pen and paper and starts writing something down. But Ingrid pulls out some things from her pocket, like flyers she's picked up. The cure for what ails, even if what ails was a cure. Hammer Hearth's healing and haberdashery. Potion reversals, limb regeneration, the finest hats. And she goes, yeah, this was the guy who'd like been ill. And yeah, so Azalea gives a thumbs up. What else is there? There is a Presto's potions. What else have we got? There is the.
There's a lot. Wasn't Presto the weird guy?
Oh, he was the weird guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is. Yeah, there's just like things to do there. There's like cool potions you can have. Just like cool things to spend your money on. There's an archery alley. There's a meat pie eating contest. There's a grappling pit, which is where Riptide was. There's Liars and Truth Seekers, which is something we didn't touch in on the one shot, which is like a 3 truths and a lie. Sorry,
I think we did, actually.
Did you? I can't.
Yeah.
Dancers of Law, which is like sage, it's like a bard thing, and the Amazing Presto's Wagon, which is obviously the Presto guy we've just mentioned. And yeah. So she says there's plenty to do there, and she'd recommend you go tomorrow. There's a rumor that perhaps there will be a deck of many things.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Things. Let's go.
Oh, Jesus.
What's a deck of many things?
It sounded. Everyone was like, "Ooh."
Can Wolf make a history check on what deck of many things is?
I think you would know.
Okay.
It's like James doesn't understand how nuclear bombs work, but I know what.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Are you asking that out of character or in character?
Out of character, but I don't think Lou would know in character.
Well,
I think you would. I think because it's like. I don't know how many of you have had a deck of many things in a game.
I've never.
Never.
It once, and it completely changed the game.
Well, for everyone's benefit, if you don't know.
I have played with a deck of many things. Yeah, I'm on mobile now, by the way. I have played with a deck of many things, and it is killer if you get it from God.
Yeah,
Oh
for everyone's benefit, people who are listening should listen to this guy, and anyone who doesn't know, a deck of many things is basically a random deck of cards that can do a lot of very powerful, some very good, some very bad things. Like, it could instantly teleport you into a gem on a random plane, or it could give you all the riches you could expect. You could, wish for.
And everything in between.
And everything in
between.
between.
Person can immediately level up.
You get 4 wishes. You
could gain another Rusty, for example.
Yeah. It's
oh my god.
I wouldn't want another dog.
Yeah,
we already have 3.
Not a dog.
We have 2.5.
He's the least dog person out of all of the people we have now.
Out of all the male characters, he is the least dog of the 3 of them.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
It's actually weird to think about. And the fact that you're right.
So Rusty takes Ingrid off for a brief conversation, and then comes back. There's a brief conversation between the two of them, and they come back. And it's quite late. At night, Ingrid goes off to bed. If people want to, I know we haven't used. Well, actually, some of you may use spells and stuff. If people want to rest, now is the time. But yeah,
there'd be one thing that Wolf would do before she goes to bed, or Lorelai would do before she probably heads to bed.
Okay.
Probably later, in the evening, probably after the meal. Maybe I assume maybe her mum was washing up or something. It doesn't really matter. Just so she'd find her mum at a place that's relatively private.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not. It doesn't matter too much, but just a comfortable-ish place.
Mm-hmm.
And she'd be like, "Can I ask you something?"
Yes. Chop, 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 chop.
Yeah. So I was wondering about Edith, my great grandmother.
Chop. The chop pauses. Yes, I can. Well, yeah. We don't talk about it very much, but sure.
So we spoke to Runo today, and I assume talked about a decent amount of it during the meal.
Mm-hmm.
I found out from him that Edith was a member of the Tears of the Moon, which I don't know if you know or you knew.
Completely, I've never heard of that.
Well, she helped Runo during the Lich War, and was part of that group of people that helped him. One of the founders or people who were helped with the Lifespring Alliance when it was first made.
Okay.
I also heard that she died the day that I was born.
Yes. Well. Yeah. Yes, she did. Well. Yes. She kind of look. Well, we think she did. It's definitely around that time. We weren't there.
That's what Runo said. I'm not sure if he was right, but that's what he said.
It was quite. Sit down. She sits down. She goes. She's tapping her fingers, desperately trying to find the word. When we found her, she'd been dead a few days.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She'd fallen. It was one of those things,
Yeah. Sorry. Well, so obviously when I was younger, I had a lot of those dreams that she like just thinks back to when she was younger with those dreams, and like obviously not a good time.
She reaches out and puts her hand on yours.
Well, I still have them occasionally, but it's not as debilitating as it used to be. But some of them specifically have been through the eyes of someone. And up until today, I didn't know who that was, and it was Edith.
Oh. Well, it's often been said that she kind of gestures that we, as a family, as a race, and she kind of shrugs. As a heritage, we can. There is a dream state we communicate with, but they never came to me. I heard your dreams as a child. You fought sleeping for as long as you could, but that was hard. But I never shared them. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
No.
I was just wondering what you knew about her.
Well, this was her farm. Willowbrook was her farm originally. She married after the war. She had my mother, and then my mother worked in the area, and as Granny Edith became older and older, she couldn't look after the farm, so my mother came back to look after the farm, to do for her, and just she met my father, and then as she I went away, met your dad, came back here, because by that point my mum was too old, and as we had you, Granny, she fell.
So she like rests her hand like I shot that. Sorry, that you don't have to talk about it.
It's just a bit sad. It's not painful. It's just she fell and she was out in the fields, and we didn't. She often used to. She was a very independent woman. She was very like Ingrid. She used to go strolling across the lands, over hill and dale, and then so we didn't miss her straight away, and then we found her.
I'm sorry.
Well, I didn't find her. I was very young. Well, I wasn't that young, I suppose.
Well, clearly she wasn't, because...
Yeah, well, it was my mother who found her, and I was very pregnant. Well, no, for fuck's sake. I just had you, so...
Out of commission.
Out of commission, but it would have been about the same time, and so the sadness was kind of overwritten with you. So, if we'd have known, you may have been called in, but you're a Lorelei, and you're always going to be a Lorelei. But yeah, so I didn't know her very well. She was a very, very private, very independent woman. I really didn't enjoy not being able to look after the farm. Struggled with giving up her independence and held on to it as much as she could. Apparently she used to be a paladin, I hear.
That's what Runo said.
I've never seen, she got rid of her armour and her weapons when she took on the farm for a life of quiet reflection and...
I don't know where it is.
Probably
somewhere, yeah.
But yes, I can't tell you much more, I'm afraid.
That's
my mother
fine, I was just wondering.
It's a strange coincidence.
I feel like it's less of a coincidence, but... Yeah. Sorry to bring up that before going to bed,
okay.
but...
Well, yes. Well, I'm going to... Ingrid's back, and are you off to the AdventureCon tomorrow?
I believe so, yeah.
So, yeah, we'll end the day there.
Actually, I do want to do something before we end.
Okay, sure.
If that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
Lou is going to make her way towards Azalea's, well, I would say room, but we all are sleeping together in a barn, I think. We
The
said.
sleeping arrangement, I've been very wishy-washy on what the sleeping arrangements are for a couple of reasons. The primary one being I don't give a fuck. There is an inn, there is a barn, there is like one spare bed in the thing. The inn is dirt cheap and can put you up. you are welcome to decide. You stay wherever you want. The inn is within 10 minutes walking distance of the house. It's completely up to you guys.
Lou's just going to walk up to Azalea's nondescript living situation at the moment and knock on the door and or barn doors. I guess that's also a door. And like, Azalea, if you have a moment, I would like to talk. You don't have to answer or anything. But I just wish you to know that despite my less than pleasant experience with anything necromancy related, I realized that doesn't have to be your experience with it. Sorry, I'm not very good with emotions. I just want to say you don't have to be ashamed or something like that about your abilities. I know I am about mine, but if you find a good reason to use them or a good way to use them, I don't see why you would have to hide this part of yourself. And for what it's worth, I'm sorry about how I handled things before. And good night. And she's just going to walk back to her room and or barn space and go to sleep.
Okay.
Leave me with that, will you? Okay, thank you.
Hey, if you want to stop her, go ahead.
I honestly think she stands in the doorway and that's a lot of information all at once. I think she's a bit speechless and will need to think on that.
And in Lou's mind, just before she goes to sleep, she's like, I really hope she wasn't asleep before all of that, because I don't want to say that again.
Okay. So you can all, if you used anything, press that long rest button.
I will anyway, even though I don't think I did.
We're off to the fair.
We're off
John.
to Adventure Con.
If
So-
they don't have
only-
fantasy cotton candy, I will be really
The only thing that Laffy would have done that evening is yet again given Wolf the ring back, because
yeah.
somehow it keeps ending up in Laffy's possession.
It just keeps ping-ponging.
We just keep swapping, so
Yeah.
she would have just handed that over at some point and like made. A
You
joke
keep
about
trying
it.
to get married, but you need 2 rings.
Okay.
But yes, then she would get dressed up like Ren Fair style.
Oh yeah, so we did mention this, and I
Ooh.
completely forgot, so thank you for reminding me. Laffy's going all out. Guys,
Yeah.
is anyone else getting tarted up for this? Ren
Right.
Fair is appreciated. I really am, because I picture in my head Wolf has been in a variant of the same, like, dungaree short.
No, I mean she's been changed. She just like that was one she picked out that like she
Yeah.
had when she used to live here. So it's just like that was one she wore like probably once or twice, but it got
Okay.
probably very muddy very quickly.
Yeah.
So like you would have just like swapped out for normal clothes.
Normal clothes. I would really, in my head, I'm gonna picture you all in different costumes. I imagine Wolf in like steampunk. I don't know why.
No,
Oh, but it'd be such a good look. It would
steampunk
cool
doesn't
as
exist,
fuck.
James. As
It
well.
would look cool as fuck. If you
Let me see if I can find something.
it's completely up to you guys. Think about it.
I'm
Whilst
just
I-
picturing a Siri cosplayer from
Whilst
Witcher.
I paint you a word picture. So you head off to Cadonshire, and I've just changed the map to give you an idea of the city, because it's a very
Is it by the
unusual city.
water?
It's right by the water, yeah. So I've changed the world map a little bit. I will just I moved Cadonshire up a little bit, and I just to fit in Greencrest.
I see.
I moved Cadonshire up just a tiny bit. The world map is still in flux as we develop the world, but it hasn't moved massively. It's alongside this river that takes to the Isle of Open Swords. There are a couple of big boats along it. It's a trade route, so the main trade isn't along the road. The road is quite an unreliable, wavy way to get to it. there are like fucking dragons about. There are other things about there. If you can't afford a boat, you have to take the road. But the main bulk of trade, food and stuff, goes via the river. And the boats are arcane-powered steamboats. So they'll have an arcane heart and like be like a Mississippi gambling boat, with a big churning thing like that. And they will do the journey in like a day.
This has got Werbiddle Skittle written all over it.
Yeah, in fact, if you can, you've actually just given the information that I would have made you roll a history check for. He is like instrumental.
I mean, I still have the book, so maybe Laffy would have recognised that.
Yeah,
she has the book with all of his.
The Werbiddle Skittle, like he definitely, what he does, his whole shtick is taking stuff that's achieved by high-level magic and making it as mundane as possible.
I can't believe to find how to spell that name, I typed in Skittle.
Yeah. So he basically figured out how to use steam power for like propulsion. So like that's the kind of, he's really clever and has been able to deploy it in a variety of ways. And the boats are just one example of it. The city, as you can see, is surrounded by crystals. They're red on the map because Incarnate doesn't have purple crystals, and it's super annoying. I couldn't do anything about it. The crystals like a purple.
You can change the hue of things you play.
I can, but I couldn't get them purple. It was really. This is like the only point. Yeah, so it's annoying. The city within is very packed up against the walls of this crystal, but inside is very spacious. So imagine all the homes are built right up against the wall of this, and then there's lots of open space in the middle of it. There's a large like fountained area in the center of the city. There's a huge temple and marketplace. There's two ports. The river's got a dragon on it because I like dragons. It's not actually there. It's like a stylized thing. This is Dragon Country though. And this is a very rich city. There's constant refrains of music, laughter as you walk towards it. It takes you a good 2 or 3 hours to get there in the morning. So I will say, to make the most of the day, you guys wake up quite early and you're on the road, around 8ish to get there before around 10. To make the most of the day. Lots of people are joining you on the road. Some of the workers there, but you've had a moment or two. Laffy's gone Ren Fair. So which of your sisters are you trying to give to aid, for lack of a better word?
I don't have the list of names.
You can just tell me what you're wearing and I'll...
Random sister number 5, the one with the long ears.
The one with the ears, fucking hellfire.
So in my head, Laffy is the youngest.
Okay.
Put it on the list. I have it somewhere.
I don't know. I know we decided that Rhea was a
cleric.
Dion, Miranda, Rhea, Phoebe, Estradia, Laffy, Anthe.
Yep.
Cressida, Rosalind, and Cordelia.
Yep.
Those are the ones I've written down.
Are you going armor or are you going caster?
Caster.
Okay. Are you going like frilly, or
yes.
are you okay? So you got a couple of options. You've got Cordelia the Bard, who would have worn like really eye-catching stuff. She would have always had her hair out, so it's like catching the wind. Very like just every action is like a little bit flirtatious. Like lots
that could
of
be funny.
Touching people on the shoulder. Or there's Miranda, who's a sorcerer, who was a little bit more aloof, but like still was very a very imposing person. And then there was what's her name? Anthe, who was a warlock, who kind of like I want to say she was the emo sister.
I think probably the Bard. I think it'd be funny.
So she's I picture her wearing this like bright red Alice band, and we all know Laffy's stacked, but like Cordelia was like she had trouble seeing the feet kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. In my head. She's the kind of like she dressed like hi guys, it's your girl. If the hype train gets to 2,000 today, I'll release a new,
yeah.
really eye-catching stuff. But like, she wasn't like out in her underwear. It was very beautiful, like fashionista kind of stuff.
Yeah,
it was very eye-catching. And her instrument of choice, I will leave up to you because I haven't written that down.
I never think about it.
Oh god, I don't know.
But I picture
I always picture either a flute or like a string instrument. I never picture
was-
drums or
a
anything.
Always
lute or a
think
flute. A lute or
Yeah,
a flute.
it's literally one of the, like a pan flute occasionally.
Yeah. But yeah, it's very, very okay. So what about Lou? Are you getting dressed up?
I posted an image in Discord. So Lou has this surprisingly well-maintained brown dress that she's going to wear to the fair. In addition to a small blue scarf, which is going to wrap around her neck so that her skeleton thing doesn't show. Because, I don't have to show that part. But yeah, she's going to dress up a little bit, make herself look nice.
That's good. I always picture Lou dressed in quite a utilitarian or almost masculine way. So it's probably quite unusual to see her looking overtly feminine. In my head, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that checks out, yeah. But I didn't want a boring dress, so I went a little bit more out.
Oh my god, I found the outfit.
What about Azalea? Is Azalea dressing up?
You have to remember she smoked a lot,
Yeah,
she can't
I
talk
think-
right now.
I think because she doesn't get much of a chance to, she absolutely has. I think we're doing. I'm trying to think what's a good middle ground. I think we've got a brown boned corset with a little bit of like gold embroidery here and there of like I think vines, especially like very Demeter looking
Ooh.
aesthetic, vines and wheat and sheaths of wheat and things like that. And then I think a deep forest green skirt from it as well.
Oh, nice. And if anyone fancies like drawing these pictures, I will certainly try. But I am not as good as some of the other people on this call.
I posted what I imagine Laffy is wearing in general.
Ooh,
Holy
that's
shit.
really cool.
I imagine more clothes, but that's like hot Zelda.
Well, it's because you said she was like quite. I don't want to say provocative, but like flirty. I just imagined that was like and it's midsummer as well.
It's that fine line between like provocative and flirty as well, because it'd be super easy for her to be like, I don't want to say slutty, but like ooh, come hither, my chaps, kind of thing. And
I mean, if you look,
did not like that.
the only thing that is on show is her shoulders and like her riff.
Okay.
So like her legs
Let's
are all
see if he
covered.
asks the question. I want to see if he asks the question in a minute. We'll come back to it. But yeah, so what about Wolf? What's Wolf?
I'm really struggling. I can't find anything.
Steampunk. Say fucking
No,
steampunk.
James. I don't want to.
Wolf,
Just
do you
out
Why
of
do
want
you
me
dress as
to...
Laffy?
Just
That'd
out.
be really
That's
funny.
so
Oh my
confused.
god, you should dress as Swan.
I did think about it, but that feels
Dress as
weird.
Laffy. Dress as
I
Laffy.
don't want to. I do not want to dress as Laffy when Laffy is
Imagine
dressing
Laffy
as one of her
dressing-
sisters.
No, imagine Laffy dressing you up in one of her like frilly dresses. Wolf would be
yeah.
so
It'd be so
uncomfortable.
cute.
I'd be so uncomfortable.
I will
I'd be
pay
so
you-
small for her.
But she'd look
I will-
so cute.
I will pay you 5 platinum if you do what Laffy said.
Please.
Oh no, she's pulling out the puppy ass bro!
Right.
I will let you think on it as I paint you the word picture. It's so easy to strong arm into it.
5 platinum, that was
It's
a
not
joke.
me.
No.
It's not me. It's not me. It's Wolf. It's Wolf
Wolf,
because
yeah,
Laffy's
right.
saying it.
Yeah.
Hey Lou, I expect 5 platinum.
Damn it.
I imagine like the wig is too much though, so you just in the dress. but
Wolf
your
has
hair-
hair. Like
Yeah,
she's
I know,
got a lot of
but
it.
it's quite short, isn't it?
Yeah, but Laffy's dress. She didn't say Laffy.
I know,
Laffy.
this is it.
So I fully imagine that Laffy has done Wolf's hair the same way she did Ingrid. So like 2 plaits and then like put flowers in it, and she's put her in one of her dresses that like maybe is like slightly big on Laffy because obviously Wolf's taller. So I don't want it to look like, it's up to her knees kind of thing. So it would like be like mid-calf length, quite pretty, quite like out of Wolf's comfort zone, 100%. But I think Laffy would be like, you look so cute.
Yeah.
I can't breathe.
like
Happy.
loosens the corset a
In
little bit.
character and there's a play.
They're like leads over towards laughing like, I need you to distract Wolf for about a minute or two. I need to do something important.
Okay.
Okay.
I rolled a nat 20 on perception check. What the fuck are you doing?
I'm whispering to her.
I know, I heard it. What the fuck are you doing?
Well, she's going to distract you, I assume by a kiss or something like that. And then I'm going to do something to you that you won't notice.
Go ahead, try. I know you're a rogue, but go try it still. That's a thing to beat.
I haven't stolen anything from you, and I'm not planning to do that.
I don't trust you.
Well, yeah, I knew that, but
I'm so gonna.
Luckily for you.
Dress.
it doesn't matter. Good night!
What is it you've right? So,
Yeah, what have
okay.
you done? Because
What have you done?
I
And I
intentionally rolled a perception check,
Okay,
so I
okay,
can
we
tell
have-
what you're doing. If you're
we
trying to do it quietly, please do a stealth check. I'm not
Or
the
a
DM.
sleight
I'm
of hand.
asking you.
Yeah. I want to see a stealth check or a sleight of hand, and then I want to know what.
Fuck
Right,
you.
I will tell you this, right? You start with advantage and have hero points.
That was advantage.
Oh, I already used advantage because of my boots of elf.
Oh no, that doesn't matter. You get to roll again.
Oh, in that case.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, I rolled with advantage.
Oh. Well, it'd be the 21.
21.
Yeah, the 21.
What were you trying to do?
I mean,
Yeah,
if the 26 is a meets the beats, I think it Wolf's.
Yeah,
Favour
Wolf's
anyway.
favour, Yeah. So.
Okay,
right,
so-
whatever you're doing, so Laffy is like, I don't know if Laffy would be helping. Well, I don't know what you're fucking planning. Actually, tell us, please. Put me out of my misery.
Okay, so while Laffy was distracting Wolf with an pained and almost constipated expression, Lou is going to sneak in 5 platinum into her money pouch.
Oh.
And
Wow.
she is also going to add a note that says, if you don't use this to deal with your mental crisis, I'm taking these back in a week.
Yeah, I love that. The threat. You have 1 week to sort out your mental health. If not, I'm fucking
Jesus
robbing you.
Christ.
I'm
That's
stealing my 5
not gonna
platinum
stress
back.
out at
Blue
all.
all over. It's like, if these parents complain that I've not found their kid, I'm gonna fucking kill them.
You got a
You know
week to
how much
sort out
money
your.
this
You got a week to sort out your PTSD. Otherwise, I'm
You've got
taking
a
my
week
money
to Sort
back.
out your trauma. Yeah, God
Jesus.
almighty. Takes me
You
a week to
better-
get out of bed sometimes.
You better get like the best goddamn therapist in the whole fucking stealing
God.
my $5 million back.
Right, okay. So we're all dressed to the nines. I will say, Rusty is for my sanity and because I can't be arsed with like having another person run around. Is not going to be with you today. He is helping,
Train the swamp boys.
train the Swamp Boys. Is getting them in. Also, I did mention this a couple of weeks ago, but I think it may have been lost in the wash. In the Swamp Boys, there is 1 female kobold.
Yes.
Yeah, there is.
Oh no.
They were all named after
Does he
painters.
fancy them?
Well, she fancies him.
What was
Oh.
her name? I said it should have been someone else.
You said it's Frida Kahlo.
Rusty.
I said it should have been Frida.
You said it was coming. I can't
I
remember.
joked Busty ages ago, but when there's painters, where is it?
I do have it. I just don't.
I do have it. I'm gonna find it. Hold on. Keep talking. I'll find it.
Okay, so you head towards Cancha. As I say, it's this large. I've shown you the map. The crystals are huge and very imposing. 30, 40, 50 feet high in some instances. They are like they are watertight. Like around the city.
Why didn't I get them? I only wrote 2 of them down. Sorry.
I will tell you if you definitely.
I've got Warhol and Pablo.
They were the only ones I think came up. The only ones who came up.
I feel like I heard the other ones, so I just didn't write it
You
down.
did. Let me just. I've opened the catches now. One second.
The one time my notes are useful.
You didn't make it yet. Where is it? Where is he?
But I have Santa.
O'Keefe.
O'Keefe.
Yeah, because the last names of the.
Oh, what was the other one then?
Yeah, so it's Darley, Warhol.
Charlie,
O'Keefe,
that was the
and
other one.
Pablo.
Okay.
So O'Keefe is the woman.
Yeah.
So the female kobold, who is making spongy eyes at Rusty.
Ew.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
Didn't like that.
Yeah. But as you approach the city, it's a thoroughfare coming in. Lots of people in costume as well. All sorts of people. for the first time in a little while, you're seeing things like Warforged. You're seeing gnomes. You're seeing more giantkin. It's primarily humans, elves, dwarfs, and like draconic style people. There seems to be a divergence here between Dragonborn and Dragonkin. So Dragonborn generally have like snouts, occasionally have tails, generally have claws, and are like humanoid dragons. Dragonkin are people who are ostensibly human with like maybe some dragon features.
Well, like Ned.
Like Ned, yeah. So they may have like a patch of scales, or like bald and have like dragony ears, or look just a little bit like Voldemort. Like they're not evil, you know, but just look a little bit dragony, but aren't dragonborn. There's a lot of them about, a lot of kobolds about.
Long noses, like snouts.
Yeah, lots of, you know, just more people than you've seen in a week, basically, because the people getting off the boats as well. And as you pass through the city, on either side of the city walls, as you pass through the big gate at the front, are two sphinxes, huge like carvings of sphinxes. That the rumor is that once every blue moon they wake up and ask travelers riddles, and they guard the city. But that's never happened in your lifetime, Wolf. That's just yes.
I genuinely thought you said two sphincters. I was so confused where you were going with this.
Oh, no.
Two sphincters winking at you as you walk past.
One of them lies, one of them always tells the truth.
Yeah. The smell is atrocious. No, yeah, but there's a lot. As you approach the city, there's something very unusual about the city. You see on the map that I've placed are loads of like little flower beds. They are all full of fruit, flowering fruit, like perennial. So people, like, if you wanted to, you could eat for free in this city. You'd never have to pay for food. There's enough, like, there's an abundance of fruit, like, just hanging off the trees. It's fucking everywhere. I mean, it's really clean as well. The city is staggeringly clean. It smells amazing. There's the smells of the fruit trees, the smells of flowers. There's like the not sour smell of wine and beer, like, you know, that nice aroma, not the bar aroma, but the actual like malty kind of nice smell of it before it goes off. There's bread, there's meat. It smells incredible. It smells like walking into a barbecue. You know, but it's not overpowering. You can hear people laughing. There's music going on. There's a real carnival atmosphere as you walk towards it. And that there's people, like, you know, with like beads, like throwing beads out to people running up to you to see you in costume and like fawning over you and putting like necklaces around your neck and stuff like that. It's really, really nice. And then you come to the Adventure Con area, which I'll move you to the map now.
That's all kinds of uncomfortable.
Yeah. I imagine people like running and like people like fawning over your costume, and I imagine Wolf is like the hardest to place because you're being someone you know, but you don't look like that person very much. Like the hair is.
Well, I don't think she tried to look like Laffy.
Yeah, I think she's just dressed up.
Emulated that outfit, sort of.
Yeah.
And like
leaning it more into her elven.
Leaning more, rather than, you know, wearing the all black stuff. But...
Yeah. But it's a real nice atmosphere. You can see why, even on the way there, there's like sweet cotton candy vendors. There's your cotton candy. Never have to mention it again. You know, there's like drinks vendors. People are like, it's like 10 in the morning, and people are drinking like very light morning wines. It's like a party day. You know, it's like everyone's having a good time. When you get to the actual Adventure Con, the map is there now. One or two of the stores are a little bit damaged, like have been hastily repaired.
What it looks like.
This is what it looks like. I mean, a picture with more people, I just can't be arsed dragging.
I mean, are you going to delete the guy saying "pog"?
No, there's one guy shouting that just repeatedly.
Okay. And the hands playing basketball.
I have no idea what.
The mage hand playing basketball. It's definitely Artie, but
yeah, definitely Artie. Yeah, there you go. Gone.
That's Artie's guy.
There we go. Oh yeah. So loads of people about a real like it's still quite early in the morning. Not all the stores are open. The grappling pit is currently closed. Like it's as well, we'll be open after lunch kind of thing for the natural disasters tour.
Back in 5.
Back in 5, you know, like technical difficulties.
Gone fishing.
Yeah, just gone fishing. having a fag around the back. For our American audiences, that means a cigarette. Please don't cancel us. And yes, so as you arrive, there's 101 things you can do. There's the archery out. There's the meat pie contest. There's the liars and the truth seekers. There's the presto wagon. There's there's.
Can you say that slower?
No.
Hmm.
There's So you arrive, and there's a hustle and bustle about. People like trying to attract your attention with magical like trinkets for sale. There is also at the back a tattooist parlor where it looks like you could get a magical tattoo or two.
Tattoo or two.
Tattoo or two.
Two magical tattoos.
Tattoo.
Two.
Yeah. Tattoopodes is the plural.
So I have written down archery contest, truths and life, fighting bit, prestos potions, tattoos.
Liars and truth seekers, meat pie eating.
Is lies and truth seekings the truth and life?
Let me just quickly read this. So you can make 3 statements. One of them is a lie, and 2 of them are truth. The truth seekers then decide which one's right.
Okay, so what am I missing?
You basically it's
meat
like
pie eating.
meat pie eating contest. So they're all skill checks.
Yeah.
Apart from the archery, which is the archery, but you might remember actually is quite. There's one easy, one medium, one hard, and one very difficult. And you have to call which one you're shooting at before you shoot it.
Mm-hmm. Would we use their given?
They have like a short bow that they hand out to people. You don't have to waste your ammunition or.
No, I'm only wondering because if I was a short bow, it's easier than my crossbow because range.
Also, the big question is: have you guys gone with weapons?
Wolf has the bag of holding with all her stuff in it. So
Fluffy doesn't have her staff.
Is it?
Well,
if anyone wants to carry their items carefully, I guess they can all just go in the bag of holding for sake of ease, if that's easier.
Yeah.
they would keep her weapons in Wolf's bag except for her daggers and her whip, which she has carefully hidden on her person.
Yeah, Wolf has, obviously you said Whisper can, you can break it into a few pieces. It's like that.
Yeah.
So it's just she has it on her person like that, but it can be put together very easily.
As we arrive at the fair, Lou's going to lean over. I don't care what we do. I need to get the fuck away from Wolf because I just gave her 5 platinum for her bets. And I know she's not going to get help for mental issues. And I want to steal back the money so but gotta go. I can't. No, we gotta go. And she's going to drag us in.
Lou, is something alright? You seem a bit stressed.
No, of course not. I got the.
Do you want your money back?
She's going to point that somewhere.
Lou, do you want your money back?
No, you wanted fair square your bet? Do not fucking give me your money, the money back. Get away from me! And she's going to just run for it.
Wolf just looks to Laffy and say, I'm very confused.
Yeah.
Do you want some cotton candy?
Yes.
Okay, so cotton candy is 2 copper. It's dirty.
They buy a silver worth of snacks for the day.
Okay, so I mean,
or a silver and a half worth of
Wait,
snacks.
do they have those pick and mix stores where you can just grab a bag full of sweets?
Oh yeah, but I will say it's super overpriced for the pick
Oh
and
no!
mix.
So James, I've gotten rid of a silver and a half. I'll say 2 silver. Just picture if I say they have food, they have that food for the day.
So 2 silver will get. I mean, this is convention prices. So 2 silver might get you a hot dog.
You just said it's a price 2 copper for.
No,
how many sweets can Laffy get with a gold piece?
Oh no!
Oh, a gold is. I will
Laffy,
say.
I just put down 2 copper. We can pretty much get anything we want from
can
here.
She turns to you with her hands up to her chin in goblin style, and she looks at you and she's like, "It's fine."
What? Just grabs.
She just gets the biggest pick and mix. You know when you get the cups?
Yeah.
She gets the biggest one and just fills it to the brim with sweets, and she's got the pencils. What are they called? The
licorice things.
Licorice pencils, but they're not licorice flavored. I don't know.
You got the white stuff inside of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's just like got loads of different.
Laffy, look, there's commemorative mugs with silly straws.
There is also a slushy machine.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Yes. Well, Laffy,
And
if
it's
you
got
get
4 flavours. It's
Laffy,
got red, blue, yellow, and green.
Wait. Can she get one of those crazy straws that look like glasses?
Yeah. Oh my god. Yes. Laffy, if
Or,
you get
or like a beer hat, like a hat.
if
with
you
two
get the blue
slots in.
slushy and I get the red slushy, we can make purple.
No, you can mix it. They will mix it for you.
I know.
But yeah, so any piece of tat you could imagine to buy at a convention, there's people selling commemorative pins, like like 90 years of the Lifespring Alliance pins.
Is there
It's
like
all the-
a fortune teller tent?
There is a fortune teller tent. But he also got a be back in 5 minutes up because I haven't opened my tarot card yet, so I need to read the exchange for the tarot cards because they're not proper like normal ones. So I will do that next week because I'm not anticipating we're going to finish that this week.
Okay.
Because I hadn't prepared because I've been too busy. But the any piece of tat you can imagine. There's like I went to Haven Orel and all I got was a stupid T-shirt. There are like huge plushies. One thing
I heart Cadenshire.
I heart Cadenshire.
Is there a Build-A-Bear?
There's there's a Build-A-Bear.
I'm gonna build a bear.
Build a dragon.
Well, this is it. So as he stayed there, he made a big show of staying there to train these kobolds. I'm going to just tell you this with your passive insight. Rusty knows he's more likely to get a treat if he's not there.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah, I imagine she like she has like a little bag that she carries. I think it's the one that she made herself. Like when she made it like session 2 out of like plants and shit. I don't know. But I imagine she like dumped it all out in like the farmhouse, and she's like got this bag that she's just filling up with gifts for Rusty. She's a cool mom. Okay.
cool, mom.
Also.
I've just killed the audio bot, sorry, because I'm glitching a little bit.
Oh.
But yeah, so there's plenty of things for you guys to do and look around. So is there anything specific you're looking for? Or anything you would like? Because I think at this point, as a group, you have a lot of money. And I will say this as well.
Much.
Kudo and Aeon said they would meet you here. They had a flea bath they had to take before they came.
I used to have a lot of money.
They had to get worm treatments.
Hey,
Yeah,
Lou, if you need any money, just let me know.
with my extortionate interest rates.
You just have to pay
Pay
me.
money as well. It's like the archery is
The archery stuff.
if you do well at the archery,
It was
you
like
will make-
weirdly like good like
I think
prices. I remember it was a really silly amount.
Yeah, I mean it said like points, but I just changed it for
Like
gold.
festival tokens.
Yeah. I'm just gonna do gold. So I can't.
I would say that while they were buying food and like commemorative stuff, Wolf would clearly be very interested in trying to do the archery.
Yeah.
Would
So-
be like leaning over if she could.
Yeah. So
Oh,
you would say
I make you a bet.
What?
Is there a hooker dog?
20 gold.
Oh my
I beat
God.
you in this archery game.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Not
Do
me
it.
look for my character sheet to see if I can.
afford it. You should be able to.
I-
You should have.
No,
shit.
Ask
Okay,
yourself the.
shitloads.
I'm not saying afford. See if I can hinder Lou in any way. That was my next. That was the next thing I was going to say.
What the heck? I just gave you 5 platinum. What are you
This is
hindering me for?
this is out of game. Yeah, I think you'll probably win, but we can try.
Yeah. So I'll get back to your question in a moment, Beth. The archery is 5 gold for 3 shots.
Wow.
You can accumulate points, and at the end of it, the amount of points you have, you get back in gold. There are yada 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 yada. There are 3 targets. There's a close range, a mid range, and a far range. You have to call out which one you're going for first. So the close range one is basically AC level 12 to 14. So you just have to hit between 12 to 14. The outer ring, you get 2 points. Inner ring, 4 points. Bullseye, 6 points. So you can easily make your money back. The mid range is from AC 16 to AC 18, with 8 points for the outer, 10 points for the inner, and 12 points for the bullseye. The far range is the AC 20 to 24, with 14 points for the outer, 16 points for the inner, and 18 points for the bullseye. And right at the back is like a a very, very small target that's on like on a pendulum swing, which is AC 26 with disadvantage, which is for 25 points. So I've said points there, I meant to say gold. So you can easily make your money back. You have 3 shots for 5 gold, but you have to call out which target you're shooting for.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is Lou allowed to use her steady aim?
I had hoped you missed that.
You want?
Yes.
Yes. You also start with advantage and a hero point.
I'm not going to use a hero point on the fucking...
But you can only use... So it's going to be a 1 round effect. So she uses her bonus action to steady aim. She can only use that, I'm going to say once, because otherwise it's a huge advantage.
So it is short bows as well, right?
Short bows, yeah.
Because I think that does change. Maybe something for me. But...
Yeah, I mean, it's...
I'm just
It's the
checking to see if
same
the
to
numbers are
hit
different.
as crossbows, right?
I'm just going to double check.
They will not let you use your own stuff, because it may be...
It is the same as my normal. I was just checking, because I didn't know whether...
No,
one of my feats or thing changed it.
I wanted to know if I needed to add myself a...
if you have a regular crossbow, it
I
will
have
be
a
the
regular
same.
crossbow.
It'll be the same.
I'll just use that.
I didn't know whether one of my feats or something would affect it, so I was just adding a normal one.
Yeah.
So it's 5 gold for 3 shots.
5 gold for 3 shots. So you need to call out close, mid, or far. If you miss, you get nothing.
Lou, you can go first.
Yeah, I'll pay very reluctantly 5 gold to the guy. I'm going to steady aim. I'm going to call out what was it? Far? The third
Far
one?
range, that's AC 20 to 24.
Yes. So I'll roll with
steady
advantage.
aiming. Okay.
Yes.
First one with advantage, yeah.
20 to 24.
Ooh.
And you miss your first shot. Goes wide.
Crap.
So I will. What was the middle one?
The middle one is AC 16 to 18.
16 to 18. Yeah, I think Lou goes first, misses, and Wolf will sort of like take a breath. Picture like
you get Nelson Muntz.
You cut out as you said the joke.
Oh. Maybe it's Discord. It's Nelson Muntz's laugh. Maybe it's too hard.
I was about to picture. I was gonna say Merida from Brave.
No, for Lou missing. That's
for Lou. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Some kid points and laughs.
I can remember which character that was. I've not watched Simpsons in a long time.
Yeah, I've not watched
but yeah, she will knock an arrow. Be like, it's weird using an actual bow and arrow for once, because she probably hasn't done it in years. And we'll go for the middle target, I think.
Yeah.
There's no way I can cheat. Oh, fucking hell.
You whip as well, Jesus. Just it goes slightly over and hits the back. The two of you not off to a stellar start, so...
I've already had something to drink.
Yeah. Steady your nerves,
You
guys.
always use crossbows.
Lou, which target next?
I'm going middle.
Okay. Let's try. You can't...
Oh my
Damn it.
god!
Fucking
You're
god.
terrible.
There's no way we actually lose money on. There's no
No,
way,
you
right?
might legitimately lose money on this now.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the middle one again. Wow, we're not good at this.
Not good, yeah.
18.
18. Yes, so you hit a bullseye, and you get 12 points. So
Okay.
remember that time tracking it. That's
Okay,
basically
write that
12
down.
gold. So you have made your money back and lose and change. But Lou, you are
Come on,
12
Lou.
points behind. The only way, I mean, like, you could win this if you hit the bonus belt at the back, AC 26, but it would be disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm aiming for the pendulum.
Remember, you have hero points.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm using a hero point.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! No, so it looks like you completely whiffed it, but like the wind catches the arrow and it curves round and hits the bullseye at 25 points. A statement from Lou, using one of the most valuable resources that I've ever given out.
Lou like blinks at the result. It kind of like looks around to make sure that Laffy or some spellcaster is around, like helping her. Like, wait, I hit that? What?
There's a there's like a ding 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 ding, like a target kind of like a klaxon that you hear, and there's a round of applause, and the goes, "Oh, you're the first one today, you win it. That's really good." Yeah. So, Wolf, your last shot, you are 13 points behind.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, look, can you just move out of the way for a second, and she's going to look to the far one.
Yep.
And if you're can you remind me what the
AC 20 to 24. If you hit this, you will beat her.
That's what I was. Okay, yeah. Okay, so she's going to knock an arrow, pull back, and sort of just take a very deep breath, trying to like focus her eyes so she's just looking at the target and not listening to anything else. And it's going to make a shot. I'm very tempted to use advantage on this if I fail.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Nat
29.
Christ.
Okay, right. Okay, nat 20. You bullseye it for 18 points. So that's 30 in total.
Oh.
It's a proper statement bullseye as well. Like, you know, you hit it and the target rocks back a little bit and then settles back down, and the guy's like, "Oh man, well done, ladies. I'd hate to come up against you in a bow and arrow fight, I guess."
Wolf hands the bow and arrow back and says to Lou, "It's not about the flashiness, it's about the consistency."
Yeah, I call bullshit. I'm handing you the 20 gold. And
I get 20 on top of that.
Yeah, because
we did bet 20 gold.
Oh, that's so funny.
So in one session, I have given. You can never again complain about. I have 5 platinum and 20 gold.
Hey Lou, if you ever need me to buy anything, just let me know.
I will say,
Lou is stealing.
Yeah, for Lou, this has been like a net zero-sum game. She's got back her 5 gold, but then lost the 20. So she's where she started, but like morally, she is down. There is other things to do, as I mentioned. So yes, there's a
Is there a therapist?
There is not a therapist. There is a truth teller. There is a fortune teller who will be back in 10. There is a whack the rat. I don't know if they have that in Europe, but in England we have a whack the rat where you put a rat in a drain pipe where you can't see it, and then you have a. Have you never seen a whack the rat?
No.
Surely, I can't.
I mean, I am stupid.
I'm telling you right now, I've never in my life heard of this.
Okay, thank God it's not just
so
me.
you get like a teddy bear, you put it in a drain pipe and drop it, and then the person tries to hit it as it comes out the other side.
I pictured a real rat.
No, it's like obviously not a real rat.
Okay.
But admittedly, I am from the same town that they do the international worm charming. So, that is.
I thought it was like Hit the Mole, where you have this box with I think it was 9 holes.
No, that's
that's whack-a-mole.
That's whack-a-mole.
Oh,
yeah. So whack the rat.
I've just looked at it. It's called slap the rat or whack the rat.
Whack the rat, whatever. Yeah. I thought that was like a classic thing that would be universal. Apparently, I'm wrong.
Yeah, but it's just you.
First, I mean, I'm glad it's recorded. That's the first time that's ever happened that I've been wrong.
Is there like a bake-off?
There can be a bake-off if you want.
Yeah, I want a bake-off.
Master bakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, master bakers.
We need like a Mary Berry to come in and just be like a very old elf.
Yeah,
She's
well,
like
there'd be like a.
It's Runo's ex-wife.
There's like a really, really old furbolg who's like a really soft furbolg who's coming around and is like gently sampling all of the mince pies or whatever.
Yes.
But I will remind you, there are trinkets for sale, there are magical items for sale, there are weapons for sale.
What sort of magic items and stuff?
Yeah.
What would you?
it's the worst fucking day to give my 5 platinum.
Hey Lou,
I actually do need magical.
If you want any money, I'm happy to.
I'm not fucking begging.
It's not.
Never said begging.
She offers.
I'm offering. I actually don't need it. I don't know what.
Help. I need you to in my stat, please. Get them back.
Glitched out like crazy there for me. Sorry.
God damn it, Azalea, I need your help. Lou is. She looks like she's suffering, like someone amputated her leg or something.
Okay, fine. And she holds out her coin purse.
Oh.
Thank you.
So, I mean, this is a really good.
She's giving money to Wolf and stealing it from Azalea.
This
He
is
is
a really good
active
question,
for
right?
it.
Because I have not looked at anyone's character sheets, specifically inventory, and more specifically the money since this game has begun. Because
Do you want me to
I
tell you how much
really
money
don't
I have?
I would like to have like a temperature check on money.
Yeah, here you go.
I've
I
got
think you should have a couple of
37
hundred.
platinum,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
549 gold,
I have so much
You
money.
got 1,000 gold. That's fine.
1,596 silver, and 672
Jesus
copper.
Christ.
Yeah, I got 25
Christ.
platinum, 160 gold, 1,090 silver, 669 copper.
What about Azalea and Lou?
32 platinum, 221 gold, 9 silver, and 600 copper.
Okay.
Yep,
Okay. I know
I'm the
Lou's maybe a
poorest
little bit
one.
light.
Because I have 195 gold, 120 silver, and 22 copper.
Oh,
Okay.
And I used
No
to have
platinum.
5 platinum on top of that, but I still would have been the poorest of the entire
Forest
party.
one. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
What I will say-
I never spend the platinum. I've just been spending the gold on potions.
Laffy-
I didn't
Laffy's-
spend the platinum out, I just gave you all of it.
Laffy's gonna like walk up to Lou and be like, "Oh, what's that behind your ear?" And then like pretend treat Lou like a child and like pull a platinum out from behind her ear and go, "Well, I guess it's yours."
You need to wash behind that a little bit better, Sunshine.
Carol is almost seething, but you are giving her money. She's like very current. Like I know what you're doing.
No, I'm not going to
saw
complain.
Thank you. And she's going to sadly walk away.
I will say this, right? This place is dimensionally transcendental. Any uncommon magical item you can think of is
Ooh.
available for purchase here.
How much?
Yes.
It depends on the item, but imagine between 100 and 250 gold as a starting point.
Okay, how much would a rare item be? Probably.
We will have to roll on rare.
Okay, because I'm just
Save it
thinking armor, but.
We will also extend this to Kudo and to Aeon when they're back.
Mhm.
They will have the ability to check, and I know I've dumped this on you. You do not have to tell me now. As I said, I do not anticipate ending this session not being at AdventureCon later. So you have plenty of time to think about it over the week or in the session. For rare items or higher, we'll have to roll. And
Can I just
they will
roll
be
right
really-
now for some armor just to see if it's anything I'm like some like a breastplate of some sort?
Well, I mean, if it's a +1 breastplate, there is uncommon breastplate here.
Well, +1 breastplates are rare.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
+1 armor is
Um,
rare.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. Yeah.
No, +1 weapons are definitely uncommon.
+1 weapons are uncommon. +1 armor is rare.
That's weird. I didn't realize that. Let me just double check.
Well, I'm looking up a breastplate right now, and it says breastplate +1 is rare.
It will be expensive.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm only asking just to see if it's something that is like plausible. So I don't
I
look
will
at it
say
and
it's
be like,
possible. Let me. So normal breastplate costs 400
Contain
gold apparently.
100. Yeah,
So imagine a rare breastplate would be about 10,000 gold.
never mind.
Yeah, I thought it was like 35 gold. I was prepared to say, 500 gold, but
yeah,
that's wildly
I
expensive.
could just
didn't
find.
realize
I could just never get crit with
Oh,
adamant.
How expensive was
Adamant.
an uncommon item? About?
It depends on the item. If it's a single-use item, it'll be pretty cheap. If it's a potion, it'll be like 50 gold pieces. If it's a really good uncommon item, because there are some uncommonly good uncommon items, it'll be about 250 gold. Tattoos, as a starting point, imagine they'll be 250 gold.
Okay. Well, here's a question. So with the, because obviously you said a breastplate's 400 because that is the cost that it says. What about uncommon breastplates? What would you call that?
Uncommon breastplate.
Because
So a normal one's 400. If it's uncommon, I would say 600. I think it's fair.
okay.
I know it's expensive, but it is expensive. But I didn't realize it was that expensive.
Neither did I. I think it might be one of the the third or fourth most expensive armor then.
I often just hand wave that away and let people have it. I didn't realize it was that expensive.
Well, I
Does that-
didn't have it until I got it in the campaign because I knew it was expensive.
Yeah, just hand it out.
So technically for Wolf, breastplate and studded leather do the exact same thing. Like they give her the same armor class, but breastplate's in all the images. So
Yeah, and it is cooler in that.
yeah.
we talked about it briefly, but the robe of useful items.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And I
robe
really
useful
want
items.
that.
I will say the robe useful items is not that useful.
It's
It's
a robe
okay.
of vaguely okay items.
It's,
No, I know. It's just the
great.
idea of it. I want it.
It's great at low level. You guys,
Actually, not
now
too
is-
bad. I'm just looking at it.
Laffy is now at a level where, I mean, a mirror, a 10-foot pole. I will say you can have that for 100 gold.
Hey, but I mean, like, you can also get like the
Yeah,
with the pouches.
in addition, the robe has 4 default other patches. The GM chooses the patches or determines them randomly, and then there's a D100
There's a D100
table.
table.
It's either like 100 bag of 100 gold or a wooden ladder.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Or a horse.
2 mastiffs.
Let's see. 4d4. How many is that?
Jesus.
7. Oof, that's a bad roll. Right, can someone roll me 7d100? I'm assuming at this point you are going to buy it, by the way,
Yeah.
because I'm reading out. So can you
Should
roll
we
me
all roll?
7d? I mean, whoever, I don't.
Okay, never mind. Kura's
Um,
doing all of it apparently.
Yeah, and then you need to read it out to me because I'm looking at the D100.
62.
Fuck me running. This says
4
4.
potions of healing.
I don't know if that means there are 4.
It is, yeah.
Okay, 4 potions of healing. Yeah.
16.
16 is
Iron door.
Iron door. Weird, okay.
21.
2 iron doors. Iron
5,
saloon doors.
which is the
5
gold.
is a gold of 100 gold.
81, which is the spell
81
scroll.
It's a spell scroll. Okay,
First.
yeah. I will come up with that.
26.
I think that's another iron door, isn't
26,
it?
no,
Oh, no,
it
that's,
is...
10 gems worth 100 gold.
That's very good.
That's 10
Each.
Revivify. That's
And then 46.
46.
Riding horse.
Riding horse settle.
That's
Okay,
insane.
this is wild. I didn't realise it was that strong. I might have to up the price a little bit because otherwise you're getting it for free.
Okay.
But like 250 gold for that.
Yeah, but they wouldn't know what was...
You wouldn't know what
on
was
the
in
patches.
it. Yeah, I kind of didn't. I only read the first paragraph. I didn't realise about those 4d4 things.
Did
but
any
that
of
is-
you take note of what that was? Because I have
No,
to
I
add them
was-
each individually.
I mean, we have it recorded, but it is.
I can do
Uh,
it quickly if you guys
it's-
want to. I
it was
can...
4.
It's a bag of 100 gold, 2
Uh,
iron doors, 10 gems worth of 100 gold, a riding horse, 4 potions of healing, and a
And
yet
spell
to be confirmed spell
scroll.
scroll.
Should we roll a d3?
Yeah,
Spell
roll a
from healing
d3
spell.
and then I'll pick a first level or third level spell.
First. First,
Okay,
so-
I will pick a spell at random. I will pick a good spell at random.
Spell scroll first.
I will.
I rolled the d3. It's a 1, so it's a first level.
Is there anything I need to? I need to add the 4.
Well, you have to like take off the patch for it to activate.
No, I know. I'm just. You can add them to the row.
Oh, can you?
Like it's a separate section in your.
Oh,
you
that's
just-
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know
Let me
that.
just do this.
and then you can just take the items, put them in your bag
Oh,
of
that's-
healing, and chuck the robe in the bin.
That's really cool.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know it was a separate thing. You have to share screen, but that's fine. That's actually cool.
It's
I didn't know that.
ugly as fuck.
That's cool. It's like the same how the bag of holding works. It's a separate
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't put it in the bag of holding then.
She's gonna wear it properly. No, but I mean, it acts on D&D Beyond. It looks the same way as the bag of holding does, where it makes its own subpage.
Okay, can someone roll me a d4, please?
I won't do it. Beth, you do it.
Okay, I'll do it.
Damn.
Well, we 2 of us roll, so
2.
Okay. Can somebody else roll me a d20?
I'll do that.
I'm not even gonna look.
8. Okay, cool. You spell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You find a spell scroll. The spell Divine Favor.
Oh, that's actually
Ooh.
not terrible.
Pretty good one. Yeah.
That's actually not too bad. It's like D4 to attacks, isn't it?
It's
So
okay.
radiant, D4 radiant damage, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's you have that scroll.
That's
You
pretty
can. There's a couple of things you can do with that. A really cool thing you can do with that is take it to the tattoo parlor and have it made into a permanent tattoo that you can do.
Does
Well,
that
you
mean that
can only
you
use that
use it-
once, though.
No, the tattoos recover.
Well, the spell
everything.
wrought tattoos, they only work once.
Well, you can pay more to have them like recurring.
Oh, can you?
In my world, yeah.
Okay.
So it could be like resets at a long rest.
Yeah.
Ooh.
hmm
That's cool.
It's a lot more expensive, but it can be done. But yeah, so you've got that. Is anyone else looking for? Does anyone else have an idea of the kind of item they're after? So weapons are on the table, armor, wondrous items, trinkets, little gifts, little follies, things like that.
Lou is going to look for was it gloves of thievery or something like that?
I think it's called something like that. Yeah.
And I forgot the name, but they were like goggles or glasses to see in the dark.
Oh, what are they called? I think they're just called like
Night
goggles of
goggles or
night or something.
Goggles of night or something, I think.
Yeah.
Gloves of thievery, just +5 to sleight of hand.
Yeah, +5 sleight of hand. I will say that is 150 gold.
Goggles of night. This is the same. Dark vision 60 feet. And it's not attunement.
Yeah, neither of them are attunement. I will say together, if you both
Package deal.
package deal, 250 gold. They're calling that the sneaky fucker deal.
Yeah.
The
Can I
totally
pay
on a list deal.
instead of money? Can I pay with my gems?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck, I have loads of
250.
gems.
Yeah, I have 600 copper in gems, 550 silver, and 24 gold. And then I have, apart from that, 3 gems that can be used.
I'm just
with Pokemon.
you're glitching quite bad, so I'm just assuming you have the
I
money.
have 900
Yes, I have the
gold
money.
worth of gems. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, you can take there is a jeweler. You can take those gems and either exchange them for cash, or you can exchange them for useful gems that can be used as spell components.
Yeah, I'm just
There's
trying to. I'm
Also,
Those
a
spells,
very-
I'll just chase them
There's
all
al-
for gold.
also an armorer, and I've done this with a cleric, right? I found a load of diamonds as a cleric in my game, and I spoke to my DM about this because my cleric was a dwarf with the metalworkers thingy. He allowed me to do this, so I allow all my players to do it. I took all of my players' armor and put in a diamond of the cost of Revivify into all of their armors, so I could
That's cool.
touch them and revivify them without having to worry about the component.
That's fun.
There is an armorer here who will do that. If I know not all of you wear armor, but if you want to go to the
Everyone wears like something that could probably.
yeah
have that.
easily, or like a necklace, or like a
Pendant, or like a
pendant or whatever.
ring, or
and it would
whatever.
be conspicuous. It would be a very conspicuous item to have. Less conspicuous on armor because it could be like, I don't know, muted somewhat, held in the metal. For a necklace, I think it's like, is it 300 gold? The diamond for Revivify would be pretty hefty. Like it would look like costume jewelry.
Unless you had a bunch of tiny, really expensive ones.
Yeah, you could do that. That would look like a tiara or something. Again, it would be conspicuous. But you could, I have no problems with you doing that because I know that Revivify has been a concern for Laffy. If you want to take this opportunity, I'm not going to roleplay it, but if you just want to do that, I will trust you guys to manage your own sheets and exchange the gems you have for diamonds for Revivify is a fine thing to do, or just the cash.
Yeah, Lou personally doesn't want to be revived because, past experiences. So she's just going to exchange the gems for cash.
Yep. Okay. That's fine.
Look for some fun
Wait,
things
so
to buy.
Lou, does everybody know that Lou has like a DNR?
It's kind of Revivify.
I mean, we've heard that from the player, but we've not heard it from.
That's
I mean,
what
the
I mean.
assumption is that nobody casts Revivify because it's illegal.
Yeah, necromancy and all that.
Well, I mean, Laffy's been carrying around a diamond, and
Yeah,
talking
but
about
Lou is not a
possibilities.
mage, so the diamond could be for anything. I mean,
Yeah.
give me.
I think it's been actively said that like this
Yeah.
is for a Revivify. Actually, I think she bought it specifically for that purpose.
If it's up to you, if you want to have a, if you want to have said that conversation's happened, that's completely fine.
No, I'll save that for later.
Okay.
Lou hasn't shared any opinions on the Revivify.
I'll say it would be nice to have another one just in case. It's another diamond.
I'm
just as a
sure
backup.
between you have so many fucking diamonds and gems and stuff.
Very,
Like,
well,
you've just
how?
got
Because I think I asked about the bag worth of gems, and I think it says mainly like smaller costing ones. So I think a 300 gold
but
diamond wouldn't be.
if you have the equivalent money's worth, you can just exchange them for the value.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I know Aeon was on about ruby dust at one point.
it's
The
my very
spell
specific.
components for D&D
Yeah, well-
can be cool if you are leaning into that, but I'm.
It's
not.
usually a chore if you're.
Yeah, it's a bit of a
Yeah.
chore. I mean, if it's something like the Golden Skull, fine, that's cool. But like, who has diamond dust? What even is diamond dust? You know
Well,
what I
it's
mean?
the dust of diamond, but
I know, but diamonds aren't tend to be that dusty.
well, that's diamonds. What diamonds have you seen?
belly button piercing. I do not have a belly button. My Prince Albert.
Oh,
When are we ending the session, James? I need to throw on.
Yeah. Is there anything else anyone would like to purchase?
There might be a few things, but I'm gonna have to think about it in the week.
Yeah.
I don't think I have the brain capacity to do it right now.
I think I definitely I would like to have a think about some things to get because I can't do it all on the spot, and I'm sure there's like some things that I
That's
desperately
completely
do
fine.
want.
So
But
in the week, if you want to send me stuff that you
Yeah.
think I might be 50-50 on, if it's an uncommon item, assume that it's there. If it's a rare item, there's a chance it's going to be there. If it's very rare, chances are it isn't. And then anything
Okay.
more than that, almost certainly not. But because I want to keep things moving a little bit, as
Yeah.
you are like floating around the stalls, if no one has a complete solidified
I
idea of
have
what they want to buy,
a couple of things that I would like to just get while I'm here.
Mhm.
Just because I think they're just standard basics that I should get. So if there's a Pearl of Power, I'd love one of those.
Ooh, yeah.
Pearl of Power, that is an interesting one. Is that rare?
It's uncommon.
Uncommon.
Uncommon? Yeah, I will say Pearl of Power is quite a strong one. That's 200 gold.
200 gold. Okay, that's fine. It's very useful. The spell scrolls you said?
There are spell scrolls so there are spell scrolls and there are also tattoos. The spell scrolls are always single use.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be an arsehole about it. Anyone can use a spell scroll. It doesn't have to be on your spell list. But the tattoos, if you're willing to pay a little bit more, they can be a recurring once every long rest item, depending on the spell. I don't think they're going to go much higher than second level for recurring because that would get very expensive. They are pricey, but there are also the normal spell wrought tattoos that have really cool implications.
Well,
and
I would
just
like
normal
one of your
tattoos.
fancy tats,
Okay.
please.
Yep.
I don't have very many healing options, and I know Laffy does, but if Laffy goes down, that's an issue. So I would like one that I can heal with.
Okay. Let's
Healing
so
word or
healing
cure
word.
wounds.
Yeah, a healing word tattoo. I will say a healing word. So if it's a single use, I will say you can get a single use healing word tattoo for 100 gold.
100 gold, lovely.
Or
Okay.
if it's recurring,
Mhm.
300 gold. So it's once
Yep,
a day. You
that's
can
also
healing
fine
word.
with me.
So-
Perfect.
To hold your hands while they tattoo you.
Oh please! I don't think Azalea's ever had a tattoo. Yeah.
So it's an uncommon tattoo, so it could fit on your hand. So it's basically like the palm of your hand size. Where are you having it, and what does it look like?
No, I think I'm getting.
That healing word tramp stamp is crazy.
It's like on the small of her back, and it just says like.
Angel.
What would it say?
Juicy.
I don't think that. Yeah, I guess you could have juicy HP. Yeah.
Imagine that it's on her and like the above her head it says "Get healed, bitch." And
you have to flash it. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
oh,
I think it's her lower back. It's not like her arse.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Because she wears like, I picture her wearing a long skirt. She turns around like cans up a skirt.
Oh no.
That'd be
This
so
has gone to a direction I didn't
I
think.
just imagine someone going down and Azalea having to like teabag them to get them back up.
Ah, that's the Cure Wounds version.
Yeah.
For Riptide, happily. Okay. I think
it replaces physical damage with emotional damage.
psychic damage.
You get healed, but you also take damage to the psychic damage that you got healed for.
Your self-esteem takes the damage instead.
What did we end up naming our group again? I'm not going to get the name. But
Starlight Syndicate.
Starlight Syndicate.
Starlight
okay,
Syndicate.
I think I want to get like a very
Starlight.
stylistic. What's the, like geometric star maybe?
Oh, nice.
Where would she get it? Probably because it's her first tattoo. She wanted somewhere she could show off. So I think it would be like the inside of the forearm, maybe, or the inside of the wrist.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay.
while we're waiting for that to happen, do you think the others would enjoy a handkerchief that says Starlight Syndicate, or maybe I don't know, like a medallion?
That would be so cute.
Do not tell the
We got
others I gave you
branding
this
now.
idea. Do not.
Absolutely not.
Wolf is
no,
going to
that's
get
very
all moppy
sweet.
if she knows this. I'll just, I don't know, sneak it in there.
No, I think that's very cute.
No, but which one do you think they'll enjoy more?
Well, I think probably medallion. It's got a bit more life in it than a napkin. Napkin, handkerchief. It might cost you a bit more though. But I'll put some money with it. That's fine.
No, don't worry about that. I'll handle it.
So
That doesn't mean I'm going to threaten a shopkeeper. It just means I'll
No one
cover the
thought
cost.
it until you said it.
yeah,
I just want to reassure you because Azalea gave me the weird look, or it may be because the needle just went in, but you know.
well, the tattoo only takes a few minutes. So what they do, they get this pen and they rest it on your forearm. It's like a magical pen, and the ink from the tattoo seeps in, and first it just looks like it's going to be a splodge, but then it kind of mycelium networks out and then forms into the shape you wanted it on there. And it is an attunement item. I will say that it's an attunement item, but it rests there on your wrist, and it's the exact shape you wanted it, and it's. I will say it doesn't have to be a tattoo colour. It doesn't have to be that kind of like blackish blue. It's magical. It can be whatever colour you want. It can even look vaguely three-dimensional if you wished it to.
Yeah, I think
sick.
so. I think like white and silver and a bit three-dimensional. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks sick. Like as you hold it up and it catches the light, it kind of like it's like when you hold up like a small pane of glass and twist it in the sun, and it kind of flashes. The guy who's done it is like, he's happy with it. Assuming you are, like, and because it's attunement, if you want, you can move it around your arm, like anywhere on your forearm. You can like have it resettle. Once you've cast it, it will mutant down to look like mutant. Is that the word? It will be muted down to look like a normal everyday tattoo. And as you rest, it kind of refills and becomes more clearly magical.
I think while this is happening, she's clinging on to Luke.
Ow! Too hard!
Deceptively strong.
Yeah, I mean it's a nice it's a cool moment. As you finish, there is a clash of cymbals coming from the grappling pit, and you start hearing like a crier, like a town crier, say, "Step right up, step right up." It's for the the natural disasters rumble.
Oh.
Do you want to go there? Or do you want to help me get the medallions first?
I'll help you get a medallion. Yeah.
And Lou and I assume Azalea now are
Mhm.
a medallion maker or like engraver, I guess.
Jeweler, perhaps.
Yeah,
I was thinking Smith.
So the smith is basically next door to the tattoos. So you say you are like, so you want, how many medallions are you after? Is it one for everyone?
Yeah, one for everyone, so that's 6.
Should we get one for Riptide when she comes back? As well?
Or
Yeah.
Rusty?
But I buy
Well,
one
and
for
Rusty.
everyone.
Yeah.
and
7
Rusty.
or 8?
8. That is,
Yeah,
it's quite a collection. So there's Lou, there's Azalea, there's Wolf, there's Laffy, there's Kudo, there's Aeon, there's Rusty, and there's Riptide. That's eight of them. They can be, like, depending on the material, you can have them done in tin for like 5 silver each, like quite a cheap material, or you can have them in like a steel, which would be like 2 gold each.
I'll do steel.
Okay, so that's only 16 gold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only that is someone's wages for a year.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So what I want is on one side of the medallion to have this really like a beautiful like constellation stars, and in the border says Starlight Syndicate. I want it to, like, for example, for Laffy, I want to be like 1 star, and it says the ever passionate Laffy. And for Wolf, I want it to be a wolf. It says the ever determined. And
that's
for
cute.
Azalea, I want to say the ever passionate Azalea.
Ah!
For Rusty, the ever determined Rusty.
Wait,
For
they must
Aeon,
have the same one.
Well,
You and Rusty are
I'm
the same.
thinking these up as I go. I don't know. Oh,
If you
the
want
ever
to think about
ferocious
it,
stuff.
because it'll take
Yeah.
him a while to make him, it will take roughly the amount of time it will take for the natural disasters tour, whatever that may be.
Yeah.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
I'll post them in
We don't
Discord.
railroad in this campaign. We passive
We
aggressively.
very forcefully nudge.
Yeah, passive aggression.
What do you call it? The natural disasters tour? Is that what you call it?
The National Disasters Rumble.
Natural disasters rumble.
Rumble.
Hey, what's over there?
A few people look very excited, and as you look over to where these people are rushing in to get seats, you see a very crudely drawn or painted picture of this big, beefy blue woman with pink hair, and this guy. Well, what looks like a human, could be elf. It's a really shit picture. It's like very hastily painted on this fella with a beard and like a green outfit that is like it ends just above the knee and just below the elbow. So it's like a.
Is he like Link?
No, he's got a beard. He's got like, black hair. He's massive as well. He's like pictured slightly bigger and fatter, like bigger than Riptide's image and fatter.
Should we check this out? Well, we're all deciding what magic items to get.
Hello.
Thanks, guys.
It went completely silent then.
Oh, sorry, I was focusing on the medallion thing.
Sorry, I'm trying to breathe properly. Yeah, let's go check it out. You have no idea, honestly. It's.
But yeah, so you head in as a group. So because you've, it's free tickets, but there is like a collection plate that's going round. You sit up. This place is like the whole convention is quite busy, right? The whole convention has been full of people. This place is heaving. You're squeezed in. You're next to this like kid who's wearing like a little boater hat with a little. It's like a pudding hat with like a tassel coming out of the top of it. He's a little bit chubby. He's wearing like a black shirt. So it's like a black overall with a white shirt, and he looks up at you. Whoever sat next to him, I assume it for reasons in my head I picture it to be Wolf that he sat next to.
I don't know why I knew you were going to say that.
I just because he looks up at you, he's got these like piggy little eyes. He looks up at you, he's like, "Do the raw," kind of.
I knew it. I was gonna say it's like the kid from Shrek, but I didn't want to be mean. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Oh my god!
And he's there, and he's got like he's so covered in like sherbet, and he's like he looks
so
sticky.
funny. Oh my god! We both pictured the same thing. That's so funny.
He's covered in sherbet, and he looks sticky, and like he's got that big lollipop. And
I thought the meanest thing. I'm not going to do this, but I'm going to say this out loud so everyone hears what I thought. I thought about putting dust of dryness in the sherbet thing.
Oh no!
I'm not going to, but that's I don't know why my brain went that way. I'm not going to. It's so
finished with the medallion thing. It's on Discord.
That's so in my carriage. Shit, that's so funny.
So in the middle, so you're in the arena in the bottom left-hand corner, right? It's pictured quite small, but you can see there's a token in there to give you an idea of the scale of it. It's easy.
You missed Kudo. Hello.
Oh, we'll come around to that. Don't worry, you can tell us in the week. But you, so it's like 40 feet across, diagonally like 45 feet. And in the center, like in the middle of it, is like in the middle 30 feet, there is like this large raised, almost like a barn floor with ropes around it and steps leading up to it. And like all these people are gassing and chatting, and there's a couple of people like milling around this kind of like raised platform, making sure all the tops on it is clean. And then all of a sudden, this guy, this very petite guy with this big handlebar mustache, walks out, and he steps into the middle ring. This hush falls over the crowd as like somebody prestidigitates some light onto it. So it looks like he's in a spotlight. And he looks around and goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I'd like to welcome you to the national natural disasters rumble." And like the crowd goes, "What?" And he goes, in the blue corner, we have the Master of Destruction, the Weaver of absolute annihilation. We have the Earthquake, and like coming like stomping out
The
from one of
boulder.
yeah, literally. There's the boulder from
Avatar.
Avatar. He wobbles out, and he's huge. He's about 6.5 feet tall. He's got arms like hams. He's super hairy. He's got this great big bushy beard. He's like his legs are so wide he can't walk. He kind of walks like Mr. Krabs, like from side to side, like a South Park character animation as he moves. And he climbs into the ring, and he's like, everyone's booing, and he's like, I will destroy all your homes. I will do the needful thing. I am the natural disaster. You cannot stop me. And I was like, boo. And they're like throwing bits of fruit at him, and he's like lapping up all this negative energy, and he's like, ugh! And he like, as he walks past it, he sees a kid who's got a drink, and he knocks a drink out of the kid's hand, and like he like goes up to this other place, like waving his finger in this other person's face, and everyone's booing him and hissing him. It's like a pantomime.
The boulder is no longer conflicted.
Yeah. And then this goes, and in the red corner, a new challenger, the mistress of the waves. You will all be crushed by your crush on her. It is the tsunami. And out from the other side, like pointing to the crowd and waving around, scampers. Well, scamper isn't quite the right word, but bouncing from foot to foot is Riptide. She looks the peak of health. She's like not a scratch on her. The tattoo on her neck is back. She's bouncing around. She's like high-fiving people, pointing at the crowd, and you know, like waving. And she hops into the ring. She points at this fella, and she like shouts something. And you can't. It's drowned. Everyone's cheering as she goes around. And like as the sound diminishes, the earthquake's like, the earthquake feels conflicted about fighting a young girl. And Riptide's like, you sound scared, like you're scared, Earthquake. The boulder, the earthquake is over his conflicted feelings.
The earthquake is no longer conflicted about.
And now he's ready to bury you in a rock.
Can I ask a question? While we're looking at Riptide specifically, obviously you said her, like the thing on her neck is back, and she looks like in the peak of health. Can I like insight or perceive whether she's like putting this on, or whether there is anything like different about her, like if she's faking it, or if there's something like strange about her, if that makes sense? Like
you can roll insight, yeah, and you can roll with an advantage.
Okay. 19. There's something off about a few things. The main thing that you pick up on is obviously she looks she looks like she did about 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Like, so Riptide travels, her hair grows. It looks like she either re-dyed her hair or had it cut very recently. Like, it's been a while since that fight, but I assume for like a couple of you there were like lingering injuries. You've not really had much combat, but like it was very, very trying. It took a lot out of you. She's also being like weirdly gregarious. You don't know if you're playing up. You don't know whether she's playing up to the part. But when you've seen her before, she's had like a natural confidence that isn't. It isn't this kind of confidence. This is like Hulk Hogan in the 80s, John Cena in very much like a wrestler.
It's clearly a wrestling show. Like as you know, this is a pantomime. But, you've like she has like a natural quiet confidence and an aura. It looks like she's putting this on, and that natural calm aura isn't there anymore. Also, she like this place is heaving. She may not have noticed you, but like. She was pointing, and the whole audience, her eyes didn't like go past you. They did linger for a moment, but it didn't.
With that insight, would it be like with that 19 insight? Would there have been any recognition, or would it have just been like
it's like lingered for a second? Like they weren't quite sure what they were looking at. They were definitely looking at one of you, but they didn't look like they like you were all wearing costumes as well. But then some of you got very distinctive features. So
I mean, Wolf's pretty much Wolf, so it's like, and she's very, she stands out. I think.
No, so I imagine that loads of people are like, Riptide!
Well, they're shouting Tsunami.
Tsunami!
Okay.
Tsunami!
Yeah, so instead of shouting Riptide, Laffy's gonna like look around and go, Azalea! And like see if Riptide turns to look.
There is no response. Like there's like, I mean, you can make a performance check. I don't know if you have any way of amplifying your voice, but I don't know if you've ever been to a wrestling match. I have. The crowd goes fucking crazy. It's so fun. It's so fun.
We have different ideas of fun, but very loud.
I love it. I love the pantomime of it.
I can't do.
It's so stupid. I love it.
It's stupid. My brain gets overloaded.
It is. It's a tism nightmare. But if you are into it, it's a lot of fun.
Just like a bunch of sparks.
So over you to like draw attention.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Can you make a check, either whether it be a charisma-based like performance or something, or intimidate or whatever, or an arcana check to see how big these sparks are, see if they catch your eye?
And this is the time I wish I could speak in people's heads.
Can we wait until after she's in the middle of the fight?
The eyes come back, right, to these sparks that you've sent up. Oh, hang on, that was better.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So you do your Arcana check, and you know that GIF of SpongeBob going imagination,
just like that.
Yeah, like the rainbow thing. I'm imagining that her eyes linger on there for a second, and the mask of like fake. Hey guys, we're so glad to be here. Slips for a moment as she looks up specifically at you. There's an element of fear as she looks up to you.
Oh no!
But
is it like, oh no, my girlfriend is here, or is it actually, oh god, there's a bear rush?
Well, the thing is as well, right? You've I don't want to say tarted yourself up. That's not the right wording. You've like accentuated certain features. You've gone for like a viney, witchy aesthetic, right?
Mm-hmm.
A very like busy, like a castry aesthetic. It's not like terror. It's not, oh my god, this is my worst nightmare. It's like there's definitely recognition there, but there's also like confusion. But then she snaps out of it, and then the match begins. And it's a real. It's over quite quick. I will say that it's over in like a few minutes. So there's a lot of posing in the ring.
We do JoJo poses.
JoJo poses. They're pointing. They're talking to each other. They grapple. They throw each other against the ropes. The earthquake has a massive advantage at first. Looks like much stronger. Like picking her up and slamming her on the floor. He is like they call it the heel. He's the bad guy. So he's like overwhelming her with his strength and presence, and she has to fight back. Can you all make with your high arcana? I'm not going to ask you to make this as earlier, but can everyone else make perception or insight?
Perception or insight? Advantage.
My passive is 16.
I can roll with advantage.
Yeah.
My passive is also 16.
My passive is 18.
Your passive, but you can see if it.
23.
Oh wow!
It's advantage. Let me see if I get higher. 23.
In the
I might
last.
as well use my advantage.
Well, I mean, with your passive, I'll give you this. But so in the last minute or so of the fight, just as it comes to an end, she takes a step back and she looks like she's sweating. She's like, it's like called the comeback. She leans against the ropes. And she's soaking up the cheers from the crowd. She puts a hand to her face. And it looks like she's like massaging her jaw. You guys can all see she says something into her hand, and makes like a hand gesture. And she rushes forward, and in a show of strength that it looks like she's not been able to do before, she lifts this earthquake off the floor and slams him down onto the ground. Runs into the ropes, climbs up, and does like a big flying elbow to drop down onto him. 1, 2, 3. She's
the people's
wins.
elbow.
Yeah, the people, like the crowd goes mild. Everyone's really like whoa, woo, 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 like that, throwing like flowers in. She's leaning against the rope. She's pretending to, like, you can tell it's fake, but the show of strength was not. This guy.
She's still very strong.
But this guy is easy like 350 pounds. Like, he's a huge fella, and she's like leaning against the rope. She's cheering. Everyone's like, and the winner of this natural disasters rumble is Tsunami. And like they bring out a fake bell and like flowers and stuff. And she's like, yeah, keep staying school. The bells are keep staying school. Take your vitamins. Don't do drugs. All that shit.
Take your vitamins, don't do drugs.
Again, with your like high perception checks, I said this earlier. She was casting a spell when she fell back against the rope. She cast a spell that gave what did you roll? You rolled a nat 20, didn't you?
She rolled a 24 with that 20.
She cast enhance ability to pick him up.
Did we know she could do that?
No, because she was a barbarian, you can't cast spells while
You
raging.
can cast
not
as well,
while
you can't just
raging.
do raging. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And she's clapping. She goes to the back. She like disappears into the back. Come back later to do a test of strength against our glorious victor in this natural disasters rumble. The earthquake picks himself up and like slouches back, growling, and like the kid who smacked a drink out of the hand has mysteriously got another drink that he throws into the earthquake's face. And you know the crowd is going crazy, and then they start like dissipating. That's like you know it was a short match, and there'll be another one in a few hours with another set of performers. But with those high insights and checks, there was definitely something not quite right about us, specifically for Azalea and for Wolf. Noticing Wolf, you were able to see things and notice things about Riptide that you're hyper attuned to what they're doing for whatever reason. It's almost like she was moving in like highlighted, I can't think of the word for it, but like everyone else was in slightly muted colours and she was like super saturated, like she was like almost glowing. Everything was super crisp for her and she kind of like overwhelmed your senses almost. For Azalea, she did not seem as strong or as physically capable as she did before. She looked it, but until right at the end, when she had to pick that fella up, she was not as physically capable as she had been when you had like been with her 8 days ago. It's definitely something is.
She's not throwing me around anymore.
I have to go back. I have to try and find her and ask the question.
I know this isn't my character, but I want to ask: Would Wolf have seen a familiar thing online? Completely new.
What?
Like you mentioned that Riptide seemed to have like.
That's
like,
all completely new. Yeah, that's.
Is there anything in Wolf's memory banks that'd be like, I might know what this is? Like what if it's a spell or a magical
you can
effect?
roll a check if you want.
Would it be like a history or like an arcana?
Either of
I
those.
mean, they're the same. Faith Fiend's Undead?
You can roll with advantage.
She's not dead. She has been dead for weeks now.
This is very interesting. I think she's a doppelganger. Fucking hell.
No, you don't.
My out of character suspicion is that she's had a class change.
Beth, I'm afraid you haven't picked up on this just yet. This is all been stuff that's been happening in.
Can I use
Wolf's
my
mind.
advantage? I've not used it yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah.
It's a straight roll.
Can I try
18?
and work out
Wow.
what this is?
I will say this. Well, for Lorelei, the reason that she is in hyper focus for you at the moment is Faith Fiends or Undead.
Okay. I was wondering why you were letting me roll with advantage. Okay.
But Amber, sorry, what was your question? Sorry.
Can I try and get a sense of if, because she didn't have magic around her before, right?
Well, she did the magic
She
thing.
had was like so she had an unusual class build, a very unusual class build, and she had the same thing you did, which was the touch of the dragon, which gave her like pluses and stuff.
Right.
So like, you had like a touch of it, but not so much that would like explain. Enhance ability is not a high level spell.
It's a second level spell.
It's a second level spell.
But
You need to be three.
But we know that she
levels
didn't.
Well,
She didn't do that.
Oh,
Can I work out if-
No? I
Hello?
think Discord.
No, I
fucked
can hear you now.
itself.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
You just keep
Okay.
like you go.
If-
I think that was Discord. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out if like the fingerprint of her magic is different. Like there might be
Yeah.
spells that Laffy and I can both cast, but they would both be
They look
very
different.
different feelings
So-
and flavors.
Yeah, I will tell you this, right? You rolled a really high Arcana check, so I'll give Azalea this. When Laffy casts a spell, she uses the natural magic of the world to achieve a certain. She like overcharges a flower to bloom. She takes the natural healing, the natural life force, like of of the sun, and she puts it into people, and that allows her to do her magic. Azalea gets her magic from a different place. Completely, like not even in the fact that it's like more necromancy based. It comes from a completely different source. Riptide's magic was more attuned to Laffy's style in that it was like a natural thing that she's been able to overcharge. The best way for me to describe it is if Laffy can do it at will. She could just take the magic out of the air. Riptide had one or two things she could do. She could pull that magic out of the air and do it for one or two specific things, almost like a rune. It was very limited of what she could do, but she could do it very well. Laffy, the options are wide open. Your options are wide open, but from a completely different source.
Can I? Sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but I think Wolf would have written down things she learned, like the Fae Fiend Undead thing, and would have handed it to Azalea on like a piece of paper, just so she can read it.
I mean, you can talk about it.
I know, but I still picture it's loud.
I mean, like it's like.
I don't think Wolf would want to say that out loud. So she would have written it down like, "There's a Fae Fiend Undead element about her. I'm not sure," and handed it to Azalea.
But are there any further questions? Immediately, as the arena dissipates and empties.
Where did Riptide go?
He went to the back.
The back being like behind a performer's thing? Or
yeah, like behind a curtain.
Okay.
I'd like to use this distraction to slip in the medallion.
You're slipping in presents for people, Jesus.
I don't want them to know it came from me.
Okay.
I don't want them to know I have feelings.
I don't want them to know they're my friends.
I already took enough health today.
I feel slightly, insulted.
Oh my god, a 35.
That's with the
gloves. That's
insane. Yeah, baby. I mean, I also have expertise in sleight of hand.
Yeah. But we will leave it there for tonight, as you ponder. In fact, before we end, what's everyone's passive perception?
16.
16.
I have 10 feet of dark vision, if that matters.
One second, I'm
just gonna bring it up as often as I can.
Oh, have a
bad roll.
Well, it's alright.
Well, she should be a barbarian, so she should have decent dexterity.
Barbarians have to focus on strength. Let's see if I've...
Yeah, but usually they have some, and sometimes they take.
I will say this. Oh, I do have it. 1 second.
She's behind us. G'day.
G'day.
How you guys doing?
It's nice. It's unusual. It's nice. Right, you see, quite easily, it's a very, very bad, a poor attempt to hide. There's a flash of blue skin and eyes like peeking out from behind the curtains to see if you guys have left.
No waves.
Get out.
And the eyes disappear, and we will end it there.
Oh, why'd you do that?